First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
Southern Custom Meats in Dexter, Missouri is providing you with the best in custom butchering, fresh vegetables, and farm fresh eggs. Call now or visit us today and see the Southern Custom Meats difference for yourself.
First State Bank and Trust wants to thank the Dexter community for 20 years in business. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by our Dexter branch to explore all your financial options.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Missouri State Senator Jason Bean, representing Butler, Carter, Dunklin, Mississippi, New Madrid, Oregon, Pemiscot, Ripley, Stoddard, and Wayne counties, would like to wish all the Southeast Missouri basketball programs in the 25th District a safe and successful season.
Just remember, if Autry Moreland's not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world-famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
From the Field House in Sikeston, Missouri, we welcome you to semifinal night of the 2023 SEMO Conference Men's Basketball Tournament. As tonight, two teams that had different paths to get here get ready to take the court as the top-ranked Sikeston Bulldogs take on the upstart Poplar Bluff Mules. And welcome to the broadcast booth and to the Nutrient Ag Solutions pregame report. Joe Northern along with Corey Sisk. We talk about these two teams getting to this stage tonight. Both had very different ways of getting here. Let's start about Poplar Bluff, who had a little bit of extra time and had to have extra time to get to this game tonight.
Yeah, Poplar Bluff's coming off a slugfest with Jackson on Tuesday. They did win that game in overtime, an emotional game that they will have to rebound from. They've had an off night, so I think Coach Durden will have his players ready to go tonight against a very tough and very physical, very fast Sikeston Bulldogs.
A very tough and fast Sikeston team that hung 90 up on Kennett on Tuesday evening and had three players in double digits. Dontrez Williams with 19. Tristan Wiggins picked up 18, and P.J. Farmer in his home debut in a Sikeston uniform at 11. But keep in mind, this is a Poplar Bluff team that we noticed in game number one. They can be very physical, and blocks could be a little bit more of a norm, as we saw with Torrance Williams. How is he going to have to try to counter that tonight with the height of Trace Sadler?
I think he's going to have a little bit of an issue tonight with as many blocks. I think he had 5 the last game, so he's going to have a little bit of an issue with that tonight. You've got Trace Sadler, 7-footer down there. You've got Dontrez Williams, 6'5". You've got P.J. Farmer, 6'2", very fast. I don't think the blocks is going to come as easy for him tonight as they did against Jackson.
Absolutely, and one thing to keep in mind, Sikeston excelled on shooting a little over 50%, trying to find the final numbers on that game for you for Tuesday night. But Poplar Bluff really struggling when it came to free throw shots in the beginning of that game against Jackson in the overtime win, but the three-point arc was indeed their friend, especially thanks to one Brendan Durden.
Brendan Durden had an excellent night beyond the arc. They did struggle a lot with free throws throughout the game, and it really came down to what was their enemy during the game with the free throws end up being their friend at the end of the game, and they won the game by being at the free throw line in overtime.
So again, the Mules going to have to rely on their free throw shooting and really just trying to find ways to get past the Sikeston's 2-3 zone, which we talk about many teams that play 2-3 zone. You can set up a 2-3 zone, but actually executing that to a T, Greg Hollofield's team does that better than nobody else.
Yeah, the 2-3 zone in basketball is a lot like the spread offense in football. A lot of teams want to run it, but a lot of teams aren't good at it. And Sikeston boys are fast, they're physical, and they're tall enough that they excel at this. They have that 2-3 offense down like a championship team, and they're going to execute it flawlessly.
So we'll see what happens with Sikeston and Poplar Bluff. That game is going to be coming up at the top of the hour. The second game in our doubleheader tonight, a rematch of what was an absolute classic last year, the semifinal round, and the fourth time in 4 years that these two teams are meeting at the SEMO Conference tournament stage is Cape Central and New Madrid County. And we knew last year was a classic, but Cape Central losing a few players, still out on injury with Murray and Reynolds at the moment. How are they going to try to counter the dynamic duo in Jones and Williamson?
I think any team that wants to beat New Madrid has to beat Jones, and they has to beat B.J. Williamson. Those guys are they're a dual threat that'll hurt you any place on the court. They'll hurt you on defense, they'll hurt you on offense. So I think Cape Central's biggest focus right now is going to have to be them two. Of course, they've got Romel Brooks that comes in at 6'6" that can also put up some numbers. So you pinpoint them two guys on how to stop them, and then the rest I think will fall into place for them.
Corrections on those injuries is indeed LaTroy McIntosh and Markel Murray still out with injury as it stands right now, so could play a factor in the game plan for again, Cape Central just trying to see if they can get back to a championship game to defend their championship ground, because keep in mind, should it be Sikeston and Cape Central in the final, it could be up to what? 4 potential times that they could be meeting this season. But again, we're making early prognostications on what could happen tonight, but who knows if they will happen. Breaking down some of the action in the consolation bracket last night, we know those are things that are going to happen tomorrow night. Jackson taking care of business over Kennett, 66-41. Cole Deck with a big night for him. 19 points in the win for Jackson, and a team that looked absolutely strong and just seemed to get their focus back after losing in overtime to Poplar Bluff. Meanwhile, in this game that followed it, Charleston will be headed to the consolation final, avoiding going 0-2 in the tournament, defeating Notre Dame for the second time in a week, 73-55, but did that shooting 30-for-44 from the field goal range. That doesn't happen too often.
Charleston really found their offensive mark last night. 30-for-44 overall shooting. That is very impressive for a high school team, especially when you lose your star player like P.J. Farmer, who's now on the Sikeston Bulldogs. But nonetheless, Charleston Blue Jays shot 30-for-44 from the line. I mean, we can't express that enough. 30-for-44 total. What a night on offense for them.
Trayshawn Clark, big component factor of that with 26 points for the Blue Jays. Katarion Owens not too far behind with 18. We're getting all set up for Sikeston and Poplar Bluff, and the third member of our crew will be joining us in between games tonight. Phil Britt will have interviews with the winning coaches if we can get them, and which we hope that we will in between games. But Phil Britt will also be on the broadcast with coaches' interviews later in the evening. But sit tight, folks. Top-ranked Sikeston looking to punch their ticket back to the title game. They've won more conference tournaments than anybody else here in the Fieldhouse. Will they be on the road to win a ninth? We'll find out as they take on Poplar Bluff in the semifinals. Coming up from the Fieldhouse, you're watching the 2023 SEMO Conference Tournament on Aycorp Sports.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Crowd starting to fill up here at the Fieldhouse, and the starting lineups being introduced for Will Durden's Poplar Bluff Mules, and they go like this. Number 3, Jay Edmondson. Number 10, Torrance Williams. Number 13, Preston Moore. Number 24, Marlon Hickman, Roberson, and number 30 rounding out the lineup, Brendan Durden. Meanwhile, for the home team, Sikeston Bulldogs, top ranked, led by Greg Hollifield. Same lineup as Tuesday night. 6-foot junior, number 0, Tristan Wiggins. Dontrez Williams, the Abilene Christian commit, wearing number 1 at 6'5". Chase Artis, the 6'2 junior, also had a great game from the perimeter, wearing number 2. Trey Sadler, the post, as we mentioned, wearing number 3. And PJ Farmer, wearing number 24 for the red and white tonight. Tonight's game is brought to you by First State Community Bank. Their vision is to help each customer achieve financial success, whether it be buying a new house, starting a new business, or even just maintaining a checking account. Whether you are on your journey, our tools and our team will be your guide. First State Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sikeston going to be in their away maroon uniforms, or Poplar Bluff, pardon me, in their away maroon uniforms. Sikeston in their home whites, red numbers. We're underway. Sikeston controls the tip. A ticket to the finals on the line. And it's in the hands of Farmer. Farmer now up to Artis at the top. Looking to connect inside with Williams. 3-on-1. Makes it look flawless.
Drives right inside to start the game with 2 points.
Poplar Bluff now going to have to look for a counter. They had some success from the three-point arc and some of their guard play, but they're going to have to come across a team that does it well in defending. And a foul going to be picked up immediately on Sadler, it appears. Yep, that's going to be on Sadler. So
fouls isn't something we saw a whole lot from Sikeston on Tuesday night. We just didn't see a whole lot of them. So, for them to get one this early in the ball game is something kind of new in this tournament so far.
I think only 7 total team fouls or so in that first game against Kennett. So something to keep an eye already, the early foul. Sadler again. With his height, you do have to kind of control your stance more than anything. Second shot from Moore is up and in. And we're knotted up at 2. And you're going to have to expect this Bulldog team to come quick, make it out of question early, more than anything. Here comes Farmer. Farmer being guarded by Williams. High shot on the way off from the hands of Williams. Mules taking it back the other way. Moore finding an open lane, blocked by Sadler, but it's going to be a goaltending call.
Yeah, I think they're saying that it went off the backboard and had a chance of going in the rim there. I kind of agree with that. I think he jumped up and just got a little bit too late.
A little too late. It was moving kind of in the net, but that puts Poplar Bluff at the early 4-2 lead. Almost taken away by Durden. Free shot off the mark from Wiggins. Here come the Mules the other way. They're doing a great job of slowing Sikeston down a little bit. Obviously, Bluff moving quickly too. Here's Hickman Roberson to add on the board. And Bluff now on a 6-0 run to get this game going.
Yeah, I think Sikeston needs to slow down, move the ball around a little bit, and to make better shot selections. The last 2 possessions has not been very smart shot selection, and which has caused them a lead.
Sikeston also trying to counter Bluff's 2-3 zone. That shot's off the mark from Farmer.
They're blocking Sadler out very well down low.
And they're going with the cross-court pass to connect to Hickman Roberson. My goodness, Poplar Bluff on an early 8-0 run to take advantage of what's going on with Sikeston and the 2-3. We knew that was going to be a factor, but didn't realize Bluff had some tricks up their own sleeve.
Yeah, the bigger guys for Bluff is really starting to, they're blocking out very well down low. They're getting those rebounds. They're not giving Sikeston those second, third chance opportunities for a bucket. They're getting those rebounds. They're moving fast-paced down, and they're just taking great shots. And they've came out swinging already in this ball game, and I don't think that's something Sikeston was prepared for.
Not at all. I mean, kind of overhearing a little bit, they're saying, are you ready for New Madrid? Are you ready for Cape tomorrow night? Well, you got to be ready for Poplar Bluff more than anything.
That's right.
And this Mule team was just a very scrappy team against Jackson on Tuesday night, and they are coming out on all cylinders here in this one. Just a little under 2 minutes gone by. Bluff on an 8-0 scoring run. That's back in the hands of Williams. Williams looking at the top. They're reading Bluff's defense, trying to find a way to execute past their own version of a 2-3. An adjustment to man-to-man. Sadler going to go up, easy up and in. And it's going to be really a contest in the post, and I think tonight you're going to see a little more of Trey Sadler than what we saw on Tuesday.
And I think that's going to be their premier shot selection tonight, is just getting it down low, getting it to Sadler, down low or driving in and making those easy layups, easy two-point shots.
Shot on the way from Wiggins. Can't get it up and in, but a foul on Moore. So it'll be Preston Moore, who had the late free throws to ice the game for the Mules on Tuesday night, picking up his first, team's first. And we see Tristan Wiggins head to the line, and really a junior that has developed into his own in this tournament, but misses the first free throw, and has developed into his own since we started seeing him come on the scene in last year's competition. So substitution will be coming on the court for the Bulldogs. We'll wait until it is official, of course, as Wiggins makes it a one-possession game. So coming in will be LaCarrion McCray, who had a great performance off the bench against Kennett, I believe, putting up 11 points for the Bulldogs in the win on Tuesday.
Yeah, McCray was one of those players that came in off the bench and just really stood out above the rest.
Moore now looking on the right side of the key, trying to get past Sandler. Blocked and right into his hands. Williams trying to take it all the way, but a foul picked up on Poplar Bluff once more. And we're starting to see those reach-ins play a little bit more of a factor early in this first period.
Yeah, and you know, and I like the effort by Torrance Williams. He really stayed with Williams on that, and was really going to either draw the foul or just make him take a charge. One of the two. He was not going to let him get the easy dunk tonight.
Williams gets it up and in. Sikeston now going to go with that full court pressure. 2-on-1 to Durden. Durden trying to keep his hands on it, nearly picked up and taken away, and it is by McCray. McCray moving the other way. McCray bobbles, but floats out of play on the traveling violation. The Poplar Bluff started the game on an 8-0 scoring run, currently shooting 3 for 5 from shooting range. Sikeston rather, going 3 for 7 at the moment, but nothing from the three-point arc. It's just underway, Poplar Bluff leading by 1, but Sikeston in the midst of a 5-0 scoring run. Shot from Hickman Roberson on the way. Off the rim, rebounded back in the hands of Farmer. Farmer now quickly crossing the court, looking to connect with Wiggins for 3. Falls short, back into the hands of Moore. And we knew that Sikeston couldn't make all the three-pointers forever. They were on fire Tuesday night with it, but so far haven't drained one in the first 3.5.
Yeah, you know, this is kind of what we go back to what I said a couple possessions ago. Really got to just start trying to get inside, make your drives inside, or get into your big man, because that three-point range is not open for them tonight so far.
Edmondson looking to keep it inside, but throws it out of play. So Bluff coming into this game at 3-3 on the season. Sikeston coming into this game at 4-0. Winning the DeSoto Fountain Classic last weekend. Looking to go 2-2 in tournaments this week. Or 2-2 in tournaments in the last 2 weeks, we should say. Falls short, Sadler quickly picks it up, and an offensive foul. This time it'll be on Dontrez Williams, as it looks like it was either Durden or Neville waiting inside to go in to at least kind of take it for the team.
Yeah, I think it was Durden. He planted his feet very well and just took the charge there.
So the great plant coming in from Durden. Still keeps the Bluff in possession and in control by 1. Here's Graham now. Graham lurking out to the right side of the arc, trying to battle out the pressure from Wiggins. Almost losing it away to Hickman Roberson, and he does. PJ Farmer all on his own, can't get it, but the putback from Jaquan Applewright. Jaquan Applewright, that is. And Sikeston now on a 7-0 run, trying to, again, just pull away quickly and counter Poplar Bluff's early run. Shot is floated off, but scooped up again by the Mules. That's back in the hands now of Dallas Williams to answer. Third time is the charm. And the Bulldogs are trying to find answers for a quick Bluff offense. Try saying that 10 times fast. Bluff Bulldogs. Not on the bingo card today. And neither was an 8-0 run for them to start this game either. Shot is up and in for Dontrez Williams.
Nice drive by Dontrez Williams to draw the foul. And definitely not an athlete or a kid you want at the free throw line right now.
Absolutely not. Again, 19 points of the win against Kennett last week. And a guy that, again, is going to be playing college ball this time next year and probably the major component of this Bulldog offense. Obviously, yes, you do have other key components in Sadler and Pose and Farmer with his speed and Wiggins from the perimeter. It's just, you know, really good that you do have just continuous push and just like continuous shooting targets that everybody can score, but scoring in their own unique way more than anything is just special.
Yeah, you know, and I said it the other night. I don't know a time I've seen a basketball squad that the 5 coming off the bench is just as good as the 5 on the floor.
Sikeston has clearly much done that. Williams almost picking it up again. He's going to have to try to get past Neville. Neville out to Durden for 3. That's short. Comes back in the hands of Moore. Gets his own rebound and board. Tries to go for the 3rd chance. And the 3rd time has been the charm twice.
Yeah, Sikeston's going to have to really start doing a better job at blocking out and limiting those 2nd and 3rd shot chances for Poplar Bluff.
Right now, again, Poplar Bluff moving ever so quickly, and a foul going to be called on McCray. So Poplar Bluff coming on with some strong defense and really, I would say, just take advantage of the miscues that the Bulldogs have as well this evening.
Yeah, they're definitely using Sikeston's weakness to their advantage right now. And one of those weaknesses being Sikeston, at first they started out not taking good shots. Bluff was getting them, and then they just weren't rebounding. I mean, that's all it comes down to. They're just not rebounding very well so far in this ball game.
PJ Farmer tries to go up, but foul is going to stay on the floor, and that very well could become an issue. That is team foul number 4, and that'll be on Neville's 2nd personal foul too. So Isaiah Neville, one of the big key components on defense with 2 personal fouls. Williams to answer for 3. Falls short. Offensive board from Applewhite. Williams to take it again himself. Can't do it, but he'll go to the line. Sikeston will be shooting free throws for the rest of the way with 2:13 left in the first quarter. Rest of the way in the quarter, we should clarify. So he'll be shooting 2. First shot is up and off the mark. Sikeston having a little bit of trouble when it comes to free throws tonight. Only 1 made. Or actually, correction, 2 out of 3 on the board. Second shot is good. So the Bulldogs back up by 1. It's been back and forth for a vast majority of this early action so far. There's a 3 from Durden. That's going to fall short. Farmer coming back the other way. Gets it outside to find Applewhite. Applewhite looks out to Farmer. Fakes, looks, gets it inside to find Kobe Thomas. Here's Wiggins doing what he does best for 3. Falls short again. Sikeston can't get the 3s to fall. They're going for the quick run and gun, however, and it's Torrance Williams to bump it up and in.
Yes, Sikeston's just not having any luck beyond the arc tonight.
3 for Thomas. Can't get it in, and the putback from Wiggins falls short. Here come the Mules, quickly moving it out the other way. Set it up to Williams. Defensive, but doesn't bounce in. Applewhite was looking for the charge, but just didn't get it. And it's the Mules just continuing to ride in control. Foul's going to stay on the floor, but that'll be Applewhite's first personal foul.
Sikeston 0 for 7 from beyond the arc tonight.
Hickman Roberson to answer back, can't do it.
Poplar Bluff's 0 for 5 in 3-point shooting.
We haven't had a chance to yell 4-3 yet, and neither has our public address announcer. 14-13 our score, Poplar Bluff on top. Spin move up, almost a whistle on Moore, but they say play on. Here comes Thomas to shoot it up and in. Kobe Thomas getting a quick little jumper from the paint. It's really all the Bulldogs need and kind of what they have to rely on tonight.
Yeah, that quick little 15 and in jumper has really been key for Sikeston.
And a foul going to be picked up again on Applewhite, so that'll be his 2nd. And for 49.7, it is going to be free throws the rest of the way for Poplar Bluff. And this is starting to look eerily similar to what we saw on Tuesday night with Bluff taking on Jackson, but again, they've done a great job of trying to see what Sikeston's attack could be this evening as they miss the first free throw. The one thing, go ahead.
Bluff has really did a good job at trying to get Sikeston to dish it inside. But then when they do, there's nothing really open down there, so they're having to rely on that three-point jumper, which has not been there for them. They're 0 for 7 right there. So Bluff is really doing a good job with their defensive set.
Second shot goes in, even at 15. But I do wonder, though, if they're trying to go with the quick cross-court passes, that's eventually going to wear your arm out at some point. So finding a way to slow down Sikeston and or force them to put up bad shots has been a major key. Wide open, but no good for LaCarrion McCray. No one has made a three-pointer tonight thus far. Here's Durden to answer. Can't do it. Rebound back by Farmer. Bulldogs going to answer with the cross court of their own. Williams can't answer back. And a foul picked up on the Bulldogs. That's going to be on Kobe Thomas, it appears.
You know, Sikeston's just having – something's going on with them tonight. They're having an off night. When Williams is missing wide open layups or shots like that, there's something going on with them. They're off.
Poplar Bluff trying to move back the other way. Durden fakes, looks, jumps. No bucket. It's going to be a push. And it's going to be on Poplar Bluff, interestingly enough. And it's going to be on Torrance Williams in his first. So the basket from Durden won't go. It's still even at 15 with 15.5. Now picked up by Farmer. Going to try to go for the last shot here in the quarter. Farmer looks up, banks it in. 4 seconds remaining. Bluff trying to look for an answer. Steal and score. Yes, sir. LaCarrion McCray with a little steal and score, and the help from Farmer gets the Bulldogs back up front by 4. And that's how we end the first quarter with Sikeston 19, Poplar Bluff 15, but already sparks beginning to fly at the Fieldhouse. Back in a moment.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Welcome back. 19-15 our score. 2 quick buckets within 5 seconds off a steal. Gets the Bulldogs back up by 4, but Poplar Bluff has found a way to try to get past Sikeston's defense and really try to make them throw up threes that aren't going in, if any.
Yeah, and Sikeston's playing, Poplar Bluff is playing very well defensively. You know, both teams not shooting very well from the field. Poplar Bluff's only 6 for 14. Sikeston's 8 for 20. Poplar Bluff is 0 for 4 from the three-point range, whereas Sikeston is 0 for 8. So neither team really found their niche on offense yet.
Here's Hickman Roberson to try to answer back. Can't do it. Williams can't get the control. And here come the Bulldogs the other way. They're looking a little more composed to start this second quarter. But a traveling violation negates that. And we're starting to see kind of some of those uncharacteristic mistakes that we hadn't seen on Tuesday night, and really looking back at some of the footage prior to this game with a little bit of miscues on offense and some of those extra pushes that you otherwise wouldn't expect.
Yeah, Sikeston, I felt like Sikeston played a near perfect game against Kennett, but I feel like they came out against Poplar Bluff just kind of flat.
Here's Hickman Roberson to get it out to Neville. Correction, that's Graham off the mark. And the Bulldogs trying to come back the other way to extend the 4-point lead. Farmer looks inside, connects with McCray. It's going to be a very sneaky duo with Farmer to McCray. They've read each other nearly all night long. Williams on the pickup and steal, cannot answer the slam. That almost made everybody jump out of their seats here in Sikeston.
They've been all over Williams tonight down low.
Outside shot, but a traveling violation. And it's going to go back to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's going to have to earn his points down low tonight. They're not giving him anything.
So on the floor right now you have Wiggins, Williams, Farmer, McCray, and Artis on the floor. Sadler taking a break at the moment. Here's the three from Wiggins. There's the three-pointer that Sikeston was looking for after 9 attempts. And Coach Will Durden wants to think it over. Sikeston in the midst of a 9-0 run if not more, to start this second quarter. Back in a moment from the Fieldhouse. Well, the Bulldogs have definitely woken up in quarter number 2 and really even the late stages of the first, Corey, and finally getting the first three-point shot of the entire game from the hands of Tristan Wiggins, who does it better than anybody else for them.
Yeah, they start the quarter with a 9-0 run, so they're really starting to wake up and have stuff come together, regroup between quarters, and figured some stuff out.
Inside pass coming in now into the hands of Hickman Roberson, and he's going to have to move quickly. 2-on-1 pressure, tries to connect with Edmondson, and a little bit of a reach in, but a travel violation. Hang on. That's a travel instead on the Bulldogs, or the Mules, but a little bit of a rule and whistle instead. So now Sikeston moving it back the other way. They're in the midst of a 9-0 run, counting the 2 buckets to close the first quarter. Gets it up to McCray, and he answers back. LaCarrion McCray doing a great job in the paint. Here's Neville to try to take it himself, and a jump block, and a little bit of a collision as Williams quickly brought back up. So foul is going to be picked up on McCray. That'll be his first, team's first. And we will see Isaiah Neville at the line, a 6'2 senior. Trying to get some free throws on the board for Bluff, and he makes the first. Durden and Moore returning to the game for Poplar Bluff. And again, a Bulldog team that went on a 11-0 run, just capped off from the free throws now for Poplar Bluff. And again, a 3-possession game. But we're starting to see some of those sparks fly a little bit more. Wiggins. Oh, what a fantastic move from Wiggins.
I'm not sure if there's a little miscommunication there from Bluff, but they didn't close that lane. They just let Wiggins run right through, right to the basket.
Foul is going to be picked up. It's going to be on Artis, and that'll be his first, team foul number 2. So Sikeston, again, getting some early fouls, which you can't have that happen. Yes, you do have the 11-point advantage, but you don't want to be ticky-tacky with the fouls. You need to be tactical in the defense, too.
Yeah, this was a team that had the entire ballgame the other night had 7 fouls, and they're up to around that already in just second quarter.
Rebound back in the hands of the Bulldogs. Here comes Williams. Williams to answer, banks it in. So Dontrez Williams starting to light it up, almost stolen away by Artis. Here comes Durden the other way for the Mules, 2-on-1, trying to take it on his own. Met by McCray. McCray, he wants it all by himself. Blocked away, but foul going to be called. I believe it'll be on Darius Graham, and it will be.
Sikeston's hands and feet are just so quick when they go to make those bounce passes like that. They're coming up with it. That's probably the 4th or 5th steal that they've gotten in that way of some form tonight.
Currently Sikeston with 11 points in this second quarter. Bluff only putting 2 up on the board. Make it now 12 for the Bulldogs. They've done a great job of just waking up and speed scoring, which is what we've kind of come to expect from this Sikeston team. Both free throws up and in for McCray. So now Bluff going to have to try to counter and try to get past this full court defense. They get it out to Durden, who just pops it for 3, way off the mark. And back in the hands of McCray, who's moving quickly left to right. McCray in the paint, all on his own, and answers. It's going to be more the paint that is the secret of success. We haven't seen Sikeston attempt the three-pointer at all, outside the one that went in the second quarter.
Yeah, Sikeston has shifted their focus. They went more from the 2-3 defense to a full court press now. They've shifted their focus from beyond the arc, focusing on the 3 points beyond the arc to getting it inside the basket. And, Joe, it's really paid off for them this second quarter.
Absolutely. Looking at the numbers now, 14 for 27. We're starting to see, again, the offense kind of take a little bit more control by focusing more so on the paint. Only the one attempted three-pointer was the one that went in. Otherwise, nothing in this second quarter.
Yeah, and they're 13 for 18 from the 2-point range, so they've really increased that a lot, and they've really got their numbers up and did a better job at just focusing on the 15-foot jumper or the layups. And like I said, it's really paid off for them, and they're starting to increase their lead on what we thought was going to be a very close ball game. Now Sikeston is kind of starting to run away with it.
Poplar Bluff going to have to try to find some ways to counter here in this second quarter. They started the game on an 8-0 run, but have struggled to find some answers since. Look out! Dontrez Williams with the first of maybe many this evening.
And P.J. Farmer's going to take his turn.
Back-to-back dunks for the Bulldogs. And now this is what the teams have paid the admission to see.
Yeah, Poplar Bluff really struggling with that full court press that Sikeston has put on them here in this second quarter.
Wiggins is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his first. You can hear the chants of ole, ole, ole coming from the Red Peppers to our right.
Sikeston brings one large student section with them when they come to ball games.
Shot is up and off the mark. Here comes Farmer the other way. This artist join. Nope, to Williams, but he'll be fouled.
I like the effort. He was just a little bit too far under the basket when he went up for that dunk there.
A little bit too far. Nonetheless, foul is going to be picked up on Dallas Williams, his second, and team foul number 2. So what was a lead of 4 is now a lead of 21. And already 19 second quarter points for the Bulldogs, matching up with their first. So just keep the formula going and they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think they come out and just keep doing what they're doing, keep focusing on that 2-point shot, keep focusing on that layup, keep that full court press, and I think Sikeston is going to be just fine. I think they're going to pull out with a big win.
Williams already 12 on the evening, just one board officially for him though. Second shot is up and off the mark. The Mules trying to counter back, only 2 second quarter points for them in the first 3:40 of quarter number 2. Here's Moore on the left side of the wing. Sets it up top to Hickman Roberson. He's way off to the right. And now the Bulldogs trying to counter back to Kobe Thomas, 2-on-1, but took a little bit of an extra step on that right foot.
Yeah, he kind of did that big double dribble there, and then went up, and then he just came back down and kind of took another step towards the basket without putting the ball on the ground.
Halfway through quarter number 2, Bulldogs leading over the Mules. Hickman Roberson to try to answer, nearly picked away by Farmer. Shot is up from Settle. That's going to be an air ball. Williams to answer, but he'll be fouled and go to the line. So fouls continuing to rack up just a little bit for the Mules, but that's Williams' second foul. And again, Sikeston doing a great job of building out in this second quarter and really kind of staying consistent to the formula, even if it's looked a little dislodged at times.
Yeah, I think whatever adjustments we've made between the periods has really paid off for them. And if I'm Coach Hollifield, I'm going to stick with that gameplay that I've had the second period, keep with my defense, keep with my shot selection, and just keep playing basketball.
20-point lead for the Bulldogs. Here's Farmer. Farmer gets it out to connect. Can't do it. Sadler was trying to look for the slam, but a little miscommunication going on there.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what was going on there.
Maybe he'll have a chance here. McRae nearly bobbled away. The ball pinballing everywhere before P.J. Farmer finds his way out of traffic.
Farmer really staying with that ball after bobbling a little bit and really staying with it and going up for the points.
Bulldogs going no holds barred on the full court press, and that's the first points in nearly 5 minutes for Poplar Bluff from Settled. Bulldogs doubling up on the Mules. Poplar Bluff trying to change that. They get the steal. Here comes Hickman Roberson. Down and a charge. Great plant from Farmer to at least get himself in position. So Hickman Roberson going to pick up his first personal. 2:51 remaining here in the second. It has been all Bulldogs since really the late stages of the first, and have just controlled the tempo in more ways than one.
Yeah, right there at the last 2 seconds of the first quarter, they came out. P.J. Farmer with an easy layup. They stole the ball, got the layup back, ended the drive, and then they came out second quarter, and it's really just been all them. And Poplar Bluff hasn't really had an answer for them.
They're still looking for an answer one way or another. 2:45 remaining here in the first. Here's Sadler at the top of the arc, finding Farmer. Looking on the inside is Artis, and a foul on the Mules. Looks like it's going to be a reach in on Durden. And that'll be his his first personal. Scoreboard inaccurately showing that the foul's on Edmondson, but is indeed on Durden, so that'll be his first. As we see Trey Sadler, the 7-foot center, at the line, missed the first.
Sadler started the game, and then a little ways through the first period, he kind of came out. We've not really seen many looks from him so far, but he come in this time and really strong layup with the shot. However, he missed it, but he did draw the foul.
Haven't seen that much control in drawing the fouls from Sadler, of course. Greg Hollifield wanting to go with floaters like that and just kind of finding a way to stick that full court press and go off to the races.
Yeah, I think it even surprised Wiggins a little bit that went in.
I mean, he'll take the points one way or another, no question.
Yeah, I think he kind of, when he put it up, he kind of went back over where the cheerleaders were and then kind of looked like, I made that.
He's like, oh, all right, sweet. Nonetheless, it is going to be a foul on McCray. That'll be his second. And Poplar Bluff will be shooting free throws for the rest of the second. So again, Preston Moore back at the line. Second shot is up and off the mark. Poplar Bluff relatively well at free throws tonight, currently 6 of 8 before these two. At least try to go 1 for 2 on this run, and he does. So 7 of 10 for the Mules. Poplar Bluff trying to double up their point total. Outside to Artis. Looks over to Thomas, but Artis went a little over the line.
Yeah, I think he had his foot just on the inside of or outside of the bound line.
It looks like his foot was kind of on the first L on also to a newly painted, newly renovated court here at the Fieldhouse. Bluff moving quickly, picked away by Sadler. That's the pickaways that we were looking for. Thomas looking up, take it in. Again, only 1 3 attempted in this second quarter for the Bulldogs. They've relied on the paint. They'll take the paint. They'll also take a block from Trey Sadler, too.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the last shot of Sikeston. Kobe Thomas, 5'10" sophomore. He's really had a decent second quarter. He's coming in there with about 6 or 8 points now.
Moore trying to answer, and he does. Getting it over the head of Sadler. Great offensive possession from him. So the Bulldogs trying to answer another way. Still with a 21-point lead, 1.5 minutes remaining until the intermission. Thomas again, nothing but net for him. So we're starting to see them, okay, we're taking the shots from the paint, but then stretching out just a little bit further,
Yeah.
because they are forcing those open looks. Moore trying to keep it on himself. Can't answer back. Sadler bobs it out of play, and we'll do it again from the Poplar Bluff baseline. And we'll have Darius Graham enter the game for the Mules as well.
Now, anytime you've got a 7-footer down there and he puts his arms up, that's every bit of a 9.5 statute that you have to shoot over.
But Moore was caught traveling instead. So 1:06 remaining. Bulldogs doubling up on the Mules. Here's Wiggins. Now looks at Thomas on the right side of the key. Sadler looking for that paint, fakes out. Now finds Artis. Artis can't get it. But a whistle again going to be on Poplar Bluff. And I believe this one's going to be on Neville. We'll wait to see if who it will be credited to. It will be on Neville. That's his third.
Team foul number 5.
So Neville again trying to force himself to get those offensive plans. He's tried to go for a couple charges, but none have worked in his favor tonight.
No, and Neville's starting to get him. He's 3 fouls now. He really needs to back off and not play so physical, or he's going to be sitting on the bench the rest of the game.
BJ Farmer at the line makes the first of the duo and completes the duo. 25-point game. Sikeston with 29 first quarter points so far. Gets it out now to find Williams for three. Rebound back in the hands of Graham. He answers right back to trim the lead to 23. So Farmer, again, looking to go for the signal, maybe to slow it down. It's got to cross the timeline first. Be interesting to see if Sikeston just finds the open look or if they want to try to hold it for the last shot.
Durden playing fairly well man-to-man against Farmer.
12 seconds remaining. Back in the hands of Thomas. Thomas gets it out, finds Artis. Artis, 4 seconds, looks up, got it! Tristan Wiggins again for three, and that is how the second quarter comes to a close. Sikeston with 32 second quarter points. Poplar Bluff only with 10. And what was a lead of 4 is now a lead of 26. And quite frankly, just sticking to the paint and then feeling more comfortable with the three is kind of what the doctor ordered, it seems.
Yeah, I think they attempted 2 or 3 three-pointers in the second quarter, making 2 of them. So, they really focused on getting it down low, which is what I said, the 3 points not working for them. They've got to try to do something else. Look, I know all the teams want to make the 3, but at the end of the game, at the end of the day, those 2-pointers, whoever makes the most points is what's going to win. Whether those points come by 3s or 2s, whoever makes the most is going to win. And Sikeston really started focusing on what their strength was the first quarter and the second quarter, which was getting it down low, getting the points, and it paid off for them with 30-something points in the second quarter.
At the intermission, it's Sikeston 51, Poplar Bluff 25. We'll step aside, get the totals, get the numbers for you, and we'll get you back with the second half coming up in just a moment. This is the 2023 SEMO Conference Tournament on Aycorp Sports.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots.
Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
Bagby Wealth Management in Dexter, Missouri is helping you with all your retirement planning, 401k rollovers, and financial planning. Contact them or visit them today. Bagby Wealth Management. Your path starts here.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun, and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
Southern Custom Meats in Dexter, Missouri is providing you with the best in custom butchering, fresh vegetables, and farm fresh eggs. Call now or visit us today and see the Southern Custom Meats difference for yourself.
First State Bank and Trust wants to thank the Dexter community for 20 years in business. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by our Dexter branch to explore all your financial options.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Missouri State Senator Jason Bean, representing Butler, Carter, Dunklin, Mississippi, New Madrid, Oregon, Pemiscot, Ripley, Stoddard, and Wayne counties, would like to wish all the Southeast Missouri basketball programs in the 25th District a safe and successful season.
Halftime here at the Fieldhouse, and it's the home team going on a 32-point surge in quarter number 2 to take a 26-point lead back here at the Fieldhouse. Don't forget, we're just in the middle of it all. Next week, we'll have another tournament for you right here on Aycorp Sports, as it'll be the Clarkton Holiday Tournament. 4 games coming up on Monday night, leading off with number 2 Risco and North Pemiscot. Other teams including Malden, the Malden Green Wave, Donovan Dons, Risco Tigers. Other great teams going to be in action coming up on Monday. We'll have that for you. Tip to trophy right here on Aycorp Sports. And coming up next week on Saturday, December 16th, we'll have also exclusive coverage of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament seeding announcements. You don't want to miss that. We'll have live in-studio coverage of the seedings as they are revealed, along with analysis from the best crew in the business. That'll be right here on Aycorp Sports coming up next Saturday, December 16th. Taking a look at scoring really between these two teams. Again, with Sikeston, you never know who's going to be leading on scoring in each quarter, but it's Dontrez Williams taking advantage right now. 12 points in the first half for the Bulldogs. Tristan Wiggins picking up 11 first half points, and PJ Farmer picking up 8. Meanwhile, for the Bulldogs, it's been all Preston Moore, making it happen from the free throw line more than anything with 10 points. Marlon Hickman Roberson picking up with 4 on hand. So, Bulldogs, again, with an explosive second quarter. This game did begin initially, Corey, with a very close, tense matchup, but again, Bulldogs found a way to pull forward in quarter number 2.
Yeah, Sikeston found their niche down low. Like I said, they changed their strategy up a little bit, started shooting in, getting the down low shots, the 2-point shots, and came up with a 32-point second quarter.
Yep, most of their shots coming in the second quarter coming from the 2-point range. They're 19 for 28 as it stands so far, 21 for 38 overall. PJ Farmer wants to add to it, and he does. So PJ Farmer, just one of the best athletes in this region on the pitch and on the court. 7:34 remaining, and the Bulldogs looking to try to punch their ticket to the conference tournament final rather, tomorrow night.
And they are so far on an easy path to get there.
Foul is going to be picked up on Farmer. He was looking for kind of the quick pickup on it, but didn't get it at that point in time. Well, you can tell the crowd is starting to fill up just a little bit more, obviously, in anticipation of really what this team can do on the court, but also two of our second game coming up a little bit later, Cape Central and New Madrid County. Shot is up and in for Brendan Durden to cut the lead back to 26, and you can see the Mule section still down by 26. Their team's riding with them.
That's right.
Sikeston may or may not have a thing to say about that, though. Here's Sadler on the left side, gets it up, can't get it. Rebound back in the hands of Hickman Roberson, and he's going to look to try to bring it back the other way. A minute gone by in the first. Hickman Roberson on his own. No. Gets his own board. No. But Moore in on the assist. And Moore down with 12.
This is something that really hurt Sikeston in the first quarter, is that they weren't blocking out down low, they weren't getting the rebounds, and they were allowing Poplar Bluff those second and third chance shots like we just saw.
Here's Artis. And picked away again by Durden. Durden looking to answer, but a foul is going to be picked up on Wiggins. They're going to say he did the reach in. He was looking for that charge, but couldn't make it in time and couldn't get planted in time either.
I think he's a little confused about it too. I think he was thinking he got planted in time.
But nonetheless, that's going to be Wiggins' second personal foul. Moore looking to answer, blocked by Sadler, and Wiggins picks it up. Hickman Roberson, on the other hand, answers back. Poplar Bluff trying to answer with something. Edmondson for 3. No. Moore to answer. Off the backboard. They were trying to whistle for it out of bounds, but it won't be. And a foul on the Mules. It's going to be on Preston Moore. And that'll be his second in team foul number 1. Preston Moore, he's been doing it primarily from the free throw line, but he has been excelling on those second and third chances for the Mules this evening.
Yeah, he is really doing a great job of blocking out on offense, going up and getting the rebound, and giving Poplar Bluff the opportunity for those second and third chance opportunities.
Here's Sadler at the top of the arc, looks out to Williams. Williams looks for 3, can't get it. Back in the hands of Durden once more. And the Mules trying to slow up just a little bit. Inside to Durden from the key. That's going to be short. Sikeston going to have to move quickly and reset. Up to Sadler on the connection. Sadler with the slam. 3 slams for 3 different players. And Sikeston is trying to make the route on. Here comes the Mules to answer. Falls short. Out of play. Last touched by Darius Graham.
I think that slam dunk by Sadler is really something that that Sikeston needed at that moment. They've really kind of been struggling, come out a lot, the third quarter, a lot like they did the first quarter, kind of flat.
To be fair, the dunk from Williams early in the second kind of got Sikeston moving, so could we see the same thing happen again? You know, maybe just it takes one quick fast break slam. Here come the Mules. Bounce pass now to Graham. Graham looks up at a block from Sadler. He'll go above and below the rim, but he'll make you pay whether it's points on the board or not. But he's going to get the foul, unfortunately. Much to the chagrin of many in this crowd.
And that's going to be the third foul on Trey Sadler.
Here's Graham at the line. Falls in and out. Mules currently 8 for 11 when it comes to free throws. Or 7 for 11 rather, pardon me. And 7 for 12. Fast break up coming for the Bulldogs. Shot is up. No. Farmer, yes. PJ Farmer starting to rack up a little bit more on the board. 28-point affair. 5 minutes remaining. Hickman Roberson to answer. Bobbles in and out. And take it out of play. Still going to stay with the Bulldogs. And the substitution coming in. It'll be Dallas Williams for Poplar Bluff. And we're going to see McCray return to Darius McCray. And Kobe Thomas returning to action for Sikeston. And one more, Jaquan Applewhite.
Applewhite. He didn't have a bad when he came in the second period. He didn't have a bad second period. I think he put some points on the board, made a couple of steals.
Again, it's kind of that next man up philosophy that we've seen, and it looks like Sikeston's going to really try to ride on some of those fast breaks coming up, just so they can try to get things out of reach, and they do. Here comes Thomas for three. Ball short. Farmer trying to get the board, but touched out of play.
You know, Joe, it seems to me you have the wide open three, absolutely, but you also had plenty of time to kind of drive to the bucket and get a little closer shot.
Shot is up and in for Darius Graham. It just kind of feels like every team is trying to play catch up to Sikeston no matter what they're doing, whether it be on movement, basket, and a foul for PJ Farmer. But it just feels like every team that tries to run and gun and try to keep up with Sikeston, they're running on fumes and out of gas midway through the third, early in the third. You know, you can kind of tell when that physical fatigue just really sets in.
Yeah, I think Poplar Bluff's fatigue kind of set in towards the end of the first period. They really played Sikeston tight. They were really running up and down the floor, making great plays, great baskets, and playing fast ball. Then they just kind of started slowing down. It's like they kind of got gassed a little bit.
Williams with the go-ahead, and it's a 30-point lead and advantage of the Bulldogs. Durden to try to answer for three. Off the mark. Cross-court pass up coming from Farmer. Looks to McCray, and a whistle. It's going to be on Edmondson for the reach-in. So Jay Edmondson with his second, team foul number 3. And a 30-point game in advantage of the top-ranked Bulldogs. Farmer again on the reach-in. Looks up. Good. Well, almost good. It looked like it was going to be a straight in, but the bounce off the rim, you just never know with those sometimes.
That's right. But nonetheless, he got the point.
He got the points. That's all that counts. And some players tonight getting some frequent flyer miles by going up in the air, too. Here's Edmondson. Ball short. Williams, however, on the answer. And out of play, so another chance for Poplar Bluff to try to cut into this. So again, cross-court passes are the name of the game as it stands right now. 3:42 remaining. So Poplar Bluff gonna go left to right. Sets it up to now find Williams. Williams take it away on the inside. Now back to Farmer. Farmer looks up, no basket. Foul's gonna stay on the floor. But after that one, it is gonna be free throws the rest of the way with 3:28 remaining. And taking a look at the upcoming schedule for Sikeston, or for Poplar Bluff rather, gonna be a little quiet as they've got West Plains coming up next week in their place. Williams gets it up at end. Then the Route 66 shootout with the Lutheran St. Charles and St. Louis Christian Knights Senior High before the Poplar Bluff Showdown. Interestingly enough, New Madrid played in the Poplar Bluff Showdown for the first time in quite some time.
Yeah, New Madrid going over it. You know, I think last year they played up around Springfield. You and I kind of talked about that before the game, where they got to play against Bronny James. So great experience for them, and looking to play a little closer to home this year. So, you know, they're always going to bring a crowd. Their crowd's starting to trickle in now, has really filled up the stands here. So it ought to be a good tournament for New Madrid.
You always know that Thursday night here, if there's good teams or really once-in-a-while talent that is just absolutely stunning to see, people are going to come out and support it no matter what. Obviously, it doesn't hurt that the home team has the talent as it stands right now. Not to say that any of the 9 teams don't have it, but
yes,
it's, you know, it's a little different when the home team has generational talent. Different scores can get you in several different ways, and just probably one of the most anticipated teams that we've seen it in some time that is living up to the hype. Their lowest scoring win was 72 points against Cape Central last Saturday. Unless something drastic happens in the next 10 minutes or so, that will still likely be the lowest. Pick up again from Edmondson. Edmondson going right to left, gets it outside to find Moore, can't answer up. Shot out, 2-on-1, Graham to answer. No, a little bit of a fight for it. And a jump ball is going to go to the Bulldogs.
You know, I really like the ball handling skills of Jay Edmondson, and he did a really good job at kicking it to the open player who made a great drive. He just couldn't come up with the finish.
2:28 remaining here in quarter number 3. Sikeston only had a 4-point lead at the end of the first, but have gotten it together thanks to the paint and having a 30-point lead as it stands. Shot rolls in for number 1, Dontrez Williams. And the opportunity to extend it to 3 with the free throw. And 33 for the lead with 2:14 remaining. And we're going to see Chris Artis return to action. Williams tonight so far, picking up 16 points. PJ Farmer with 14. So again, the big 3 continuing to be the big 3 so far. Shot is off the mark from Williams. A foul going to be on Poplar Bluff, and we'll go back to the free throw line. Or actually go in Sikeston, rather, and float out of play. No foul, no harm. But will we see some substitutions? Nope. Just communication to make sure that there wasn't a foul at the scorer's table.
Sikeston kind of going away from their full court press and kind of going back into that 2-3 zone defense.
Settling into a 2-3, 2:05 remaining here in the third. 2-on-1 pressure, gets it out, finding Edmondson for 3. That goes! And Poplar Bluff finally tasting the nectar of the 3-point field goals. Shot is up and off the mark. And we'll see the Bulldogs return to the line. And that'll be Preston Moore at the line. That'll be Preston Moore, this third foul, rather. And Applewhite at the line, shooting 2. Looks up, shot is up, and it is good. So again, one matchup set up for tomorrow night, Jackson and Charleston. That'll be our 5:30 game. We go on the air with the New Train Ag pregame report at 5:20. The last 2 games still to be decided. Many anticipate that Sikeston will be involved, and should this result hold, they will be at 8:30, Poplar Bluff at 7. But still plenty of basketball left to play, and a foul is going to be picked up on Hickman Roberson.
Yeah, I think he kind of grabbed Williams' wrist there. Wouldn't let him get really good control of the basketball, so I agree with that call.
So again, more free throws upcoming for the Bulldogs and for number 1. And again, just a player that has embraced his role as a senior leader. One of the faces of this Bulldog team that we just continue to talk about over and over again, and you know, just the energy he brings for Greg Hollifield and company. Second shot is up and good. 70-38 our score. The Mules have struggled to score only 23 points since the end of the first quarter, while Sikeston has put up another 51 on them.
Yeah, as we talked earlier, just some of the scores that Sikeston has had this year. Over Riverview Gardens, 86-42. Fort Zumwalt West, which is no shy of a program, 91-44 over them. 72, their lowest scoring game. That was over Cape Central. And then last night we saw them put up 90 points to Kennett against Kennett when Kennett 37 was Sikeston. So Sikeston is no stranger to scoring. That's an average of about 85.5 points so far this year. So Sikeston's definitely got a high-powered offense, and I don't see any reason why they won't put up at least another 80 tonight, Joe.
I mean, strength in numbers is the key, and we are seeing that in full flex here this evening. One thing to note, though, is that the fourth quarter, they did slow down a little bit against Kennett. I think Kennett actually won the quarter 12-11. Obviously lost the game 90-37 as mentioned, but that is something we could potentially see going into quarter number 4. But as it stands right now, the Bulldogs in cruise control, 72-38, and a 34-point advantage. Here's a 3 on the way from Graham. That pinball's out. Bulldogs moving it back the other way. McCray trying to find his way. Jukes past Durden, and he's going to get a whistle. So that'll be Brendan Durden's second personal.
I think they're going to say he reached in.
Looks like a reach in, yep. Maybe a little bit of kind of a shove on that too.
Yeah. He's definitely playing very physical.
McCray, the shot, can't get it. So 1:12 to go here in the third. Sikeston just going on an absolute rout and explosion since the second quarter, and continuing to be as advertised. Durden gets it up to Graham. Graham at the top of the arc, 3-on-1 pressure, throws it up, can't get it. Rebound back to Graham, rather, before being picked away by McCray. He loses it. Graham tries to regain control and answers right back in the paint. Here comes the cross-court pass to Applewhite. Tried to be 4 slams tonight, couldn't make it happen. Looking a little too quick on the fast break, couldn't happen. Graham goes for back-to-back buckets, however.
In a situation like that, I think the smarter choice would have been just go up for the layup. If you draw a foul, you draw a foul.
Don't get the hustle points that
Don't get the hustle. Yeah, that's right. I understand the showmanship. I get it. Let's just make the easy finish, and then let's save the dunks for when you're wide open.
No question. Foul is going to be picked up on Blaze Rowland, and that'll be his second team foul, number 5. So we'll see McCray return to the line. McCray currently on the evening. He's got 11 off the bench, so again, you're going to see a guy who's going to continue to strike in and assist, obviously, the big 3 in Williams, Farmer, and Wiggins. And again, his defensive ability has just been stellar. Kind of that good 1A for PJ Farmer.
Yeah.
Going for the second shot, that's good. So a 32-point advantage, 15.6 remaining here in the third. Bluff wants to try to trim it if they can. Gets it up and off the mark. Second chance opportunity. That won't go for Rowland, but he'll get a chance to go to the line with 5.5 to go here in the third. And that'll be the third foul for McCray, team foul number 4, with all 5.5 left to go. So we'll see Blaze Rowland go to the line, try to get 2 on the board for him. Makes the first. Meanwhile, Sikeston, we talk about Bluff's upcoming schedule. Sikeston, on the other hand, they'll have a conference game at Notre Dame next Friday night, and then we'll be taking on Normandy right back here on the 19th for the St. Dominic's tournament at the end of December. Here's Thomas for 3. Answers right back. Kobe Thomas lights it up again once more, and it feels like at the end of every quarter, Sikeston always finds a way to get a bucket, don't they?
They find their spark right at the final seconds of the quarter. Spark, they didn't really need, but they needed it because they kind of came out and didn't play. They played good basketball. I mean, obviously they put up a lot of points, but still not as good as what we would have thought. Sikeston would have came out in the second half and started off, but that was a spark that they needed, I think, that's going to carry in the momentum into the fourth quarter.
End of 3, 77-44. Bulldogs trying to cruise to the title game. Back in 30.
First State Bank and Trust wants to thank the Dexter community for 20 years in business. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by our Dexter branch to explore all your financial options.
Well, the route is on for the Bulldogs. 77-44 as we're just underway in the fourth quarter. Joe Northern, Corey Sisk, all the crew back with you here tonight. Semifinal night, near sellout here at the Fieldhouse. Here's Thomas, loses it, comes back in the hands of Isaiah Neville. Durden falls short, but the quick assist coming back in the hands of Isaiah Neville. And now scooped up again by Durden. A whistle and a foul this time on Kobe Thomas.
Poplar Bluff's going to that full court press.
So we're going to see, again, that full court press just to do anything that they can to try to stay in this. Even down at 31, so of course with the rules, team up by 30, clock going to continue to run. Bluff wants to try to stop that at least. Hickman-Roberson, that falls short. Durden on the rebound. Durden blocked away from Sadler. Here come the Bulldogs the other way, and Thomas lobs it up and good. Kobe Thomas, again, just a sophomore, but he is going to be a name I feel like we're going to hear a lot of over the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, he's played a very well ball game tonight. Very good ball game, very physical ball game. He's got some points on the board.
Rebound shot, can't get it from Hickman-Roberson. Little whistle, and it's going to be back again on Sikeston. Again, 6:30 remaining here in this one. So the Bulldogs, again, just trying to keep things going with 6:19 to go here in the fourth. It's back in the hands of Moore. Shot is up and no good. Jump ball, however, is going to be picked up, and it's going to go back to the Mules, rather. 6 minutes to go. Barring any circumstances, I think we know what's going to be happening tomorrow night with these two teams.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Sikeston is either going to meet Cape Central or they're going to beat New Madrid for the championship game.
They're hoping they can maintain that home court advantage tomorrow night. By the looks of it, they very well could. Shot is up and in for Hickman-Roberson with 5:35 to go here in this fourth quarter. Clock continuing to run. Almost picked out a play, and it is, as Isaiah Neville's trying to keep his hands on it, but continues to fall short. Again, tonight's game brought to you by First State Community Bank, the vision to help each customer achieve financial success. Visit one of their many locations in Southeast Missouri at First State Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. 5 minutes to go here in this one. It has been all Bulldogs all night, really lighting that spark at the tail end of the first quarter, and quite simply haven't looked back since. Credit to Poplar Bluff for at least trying to read their game plan at first, catching Sikeston while they were a little flat and go in on that 8-0 scoring run.
Yeah, Sikeston's really kind of been strong and a different team ever since the end of the first quarter.
Shot is up and in from Darius Graham, and the lead now is 29. So potentially, unless Sikeston gets another bucket, we may see just a few more stoppages in play. As we see Isaiah J. Patterson in the game. Shot is up and off the mark for Ben James. The clock will stop at 4:13 to go here in this fourth.
Foul on the Mules, Cade Busey is first. Team foul number 1. Ben James shooting 2.
So we'll see Ben James at the line. Second shot from James on the way. Clock now back running. The 30-point rule, of course. The clock can continually run. And James nabbing some on the board. But again, Sikeston just continuing their average of that 80-point mark. Shot up and in for Preston Moore, the leading scorer for Poplar Bluff. Just continuing to battle it out a little bit more and more. Here's Will Lape to try to go for three. That would have brought the bench in the house down for sure.
Yeah, you know, Will Lape was that kid that they kept feeding him that ball the other night, feeding it. He finally ripped off 2 big threes there towards the end.
Patterson almost got the same treatment, but that fell short. Shot on the way, in and out for number 11 for the Mules. Here's Lape again. And Patterson for three. Rims off. 3 minutes to go. Shot off the mark. Patterson was looking for something there. Another three for Lape. That goes! The fan favorite, Will Lape.
And the student section goes absolutely bananas when Will Lape makes a three-pointer.
Darius Graham answers right back at a substitution timeout coming in for the Bulldogs. That stops the clock momentarily at 2:36 here in the fourth.
I think more than watching Will Lape make the three-pointer, I'm enjoying the fact that the student section is going crazy and his teammates on the bench are just rallying behind this kid every time he gets the ball, encouraging him to shoot it, and when he shoots it, almost bum rush the floor. It's like it's the incredible bond with this kid and his teammates. It's fun to watch.
It kind of reminds you of the Silent Night game at Taylor University. It's like after they hit so many points, everyone just loses their mind and is like, wah! And if you just heard somebody yell wah, unfortunately, no, that was intentional. 2.5 to go here in the fourth. James in control. Sets it out to Patterson. Patterson looks out to find Lape. Lape now to James. The lower corner of the three-point arc. Gets it up, shot on the way. That goes for Malachi Davis.
And Sikeston's JV squad is putting up impressive numbers.
We'll have the final totals for you once we wrap this up in roughly 2 minutes, or when it's official, we should say, in less than 2 minutes. But I'm thinking now of the matchups that could be coming up. Obviously, would be the second time in a week if they do take on Cape Central, which the Bulldogs won by 17. And again, Cape Central currently without 2 of their leading scorers, or 2 of their really big components in Murray and McIntosh. So again, they could be able to ride that momentum. But then again, if they counter New Madrid County, it's, again, could be a battle between their 2 superstars in Jones and Williamson.
Yeah, you know, if it's Sikeston and New Madrid tomorrow night, that's going to be absolutely fun to watch. You've got P.J. Farmer and you've got Dontrez Williams versus Jadis Jones and B.J. Williamson. Probably 2 of the best dynamic duos you're going to find in high school basketball in this area, battling head-to-head to see who's best.
Probably the best 4 players. Lape tried to go in for the block but couldn't do it, but maybe the best 4 players in the region in this building. Well, technically they're all in the same building right now. They're just not playing each other at the moment, but going off against each other, and just going to be a fantastic matchup should that come to fruition. Not to say that the matchup against Cape Central won't be great either should that happen. If that doesn't happen tonight, we know it's going to happen later in the season. In fact, I believe to close the season for Sikeston.
Well, it'll be their second. It'll be February 13th, and it'll be. It looks like here at the field house, they'll take on New Madrid County Central.
Yep, and that'll be a fantastic. I believe we'll have that one for you right here on the network as well. 86-57. Sikeston just trying to play keep away in the last 10.8 left to go. So Sikeston again just putting on an absolute stellar performance. And they're headed back to a final. 86-57 the final, as Sikeston just continues to put on a clinic, hanging up a 53-point win on Tuesday, and they do it by 29 here tonight against a Poplar Bluff team, which you have to give credit to. Not many people were expecting Bluff to, 1, get the win over Jackson on Tuesday, but 2, really kind of come out firing strong on that full court pressure to get the game moving in the first quarter, quite frankly.
That's right. Yeah, and just kind of finishing up some numbers here, looking at some individual stats. You got Poplar Bluff, you got Jay Edmondson. He had 5 points. Torrance Williams, big night for him on Tuesday night. However, Joe, he only had 2 points tonight. Preston Moore with 14. He was their leading scorer. Marlon Hickman Rogers, he had 6, or Robertson, should I say. Brendan Durden, 4. Isaiah Neville, 6. Darius Graham's 10. 2 for Settle. Blaze Rowland with 2. Dallas Williams with 7. So just about all their players on the roster coming in with points. Going over to Sikeston, you've got Ben James with 2. Kobe Thomas, a big night for him, 11. Will Lake, he had 6. It's got him listed as 3, but he actually had 6. He had 2 3-pointers there at the end.
Yep.
Jaquan Applewhite, 5. LaCarrion McCray, he had 12. And Malachi Davis with 2. So again, kind of all-around scoring for both teams here on their roster, on their depth chart. Looking at overall comparison, Mules 23 for 63 from the field goal, 33 for 60 for Sikeston, 2-point range 22-43. Poplar Bluff 29-43 for Sikeston, 3-point range for Poplar Bluff 1 for 20.
You're not gonna win a game shooting 1 for 20.
And Sikeston didn't shoot very well. 5 for 17. 12 for 18 for Poplar Bluff from the free throw line. Sikeston 16 for 26 from the free throw line. Rebounds, Poplar Bluff 21 offensive, 15 defensive. Sikeston 14 offensive, 18 defensive for them. 14 fouls, 11 for Sikeston, 14 for Bluff. Turnovers 17 for Poplar Bluff and 15 for Sikeston. So fairly even. Going back to kind of the scoring for Sikeston, overall, Joe, this year they've scored 425 points total to their opponents 237. Sikeston is averaging 85 points a game, and they're allowing 47 points a game. So they are absolutely blowing their opponents out of the water, running clocks if we had to go that far. You're not going to find much of a high-powered offense than what we just saw right there.
I mean, an average of 24 points a quarter, yeah, that's going to win you some basketball games no matter what happens at the end of the day. So again, it's one of those situations where this team is arguably the team of now, and they've got the target on their back, and they've got the target for every other team to match here in not just this tournament, but quite frankly, for the season to come here at New Madrid, here at the Fieldhouse. And they're going to punch their ticket to the finals tomorrow night. The question is, who will they be taking on? Will it be Cape Central, or will it be the Eagles of New Madrid County? We'll step aside for just a little bit and get you ready for that game coming up in just a little while. But in between that, should we find Coach Hollifield? He'll be talking with our own Phil Britt coming up and get his thoughts on the game and previewing what could be coming up tomorrow night against either of these opponents. If it is Cape Central, you know it is a rematch of a week ago at DeSoto. If it's against the Eagles, could be a very exciting matchup between some of the most dynamic duos in this region. You can see the crowds continuing to file in and out one way versus another here at the Fieldhouse, and Sikeston student section headed out, New Madrid student section slowly trickling in. So we'll see what happens here tonight at the Fieldhouse. We'll step aside. Phil Britt will be coming up on the other side of the break, potentially with Coach Craig Hollifield. You're watching the 2023 SEMO Conference Tournament on Aycorp Sports.
Just remember, if Ultramoreland is not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents. We are active in our community.
We are patriots, serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
Bagby Wealth Management in Dexter, Missouri is helping you with all your retirement planning, 401k rollovers, and financial planning. Contact them or visit them today. Bagby Wealth Management. Your path starts here.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
Southern Custom Meats in Dexter, Missouri is providing you with the best in custom butchering, fresh vegetables, and farm fresh eggs. Call now or visit us today and see the Southern Custom Meats difference for yourself.
First State Bank and Trust wants to thank the Dexter community for 20 years in business. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by our Dexter branch to explore all your financial options.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We welcome you back to the Fieldhouse, semifinal number 2, getting ready to be set, and a rematch of one of the great games of the tournament last year. It's Cape Central, defending tournament champion, taking on New Madrid County Central. And welcome back to the broadcast booth, Joe Northern, Corey Sisk. Tonight's game brought to you by First State Bank and Trust, multiple locations all across Southeast Missouri. There for your first paycheck, buying a home, starting a small business, whatever it takes. First State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Corey, this is one of those games that we had a feeling that this would be happening again at this setting, and here we are.
Yeah, Joe, these two teams seem very evenly matched. They both played Monday, so we've had a couple days departing. Cape Central's not played since Monday night. New Madrid's not played since Monday night. So they've each had a little bit of time to prepare for one another. Coach DeAndre Jenkins was not satisfied with his team's effort on Monday night, so I'm sure he's been working on that the last couple days. Tigers defeated crosstown rival Notre Dame. But Notre Dame kept it close until the final minutes of the game.
Notre Dame, again, really kept things close. But, again, one thing to note about Cape Central, too, is the fact that, quite simply, they don't have two major components on their team, and that is LaTroy McIntosh and sophomore standout guard, McQuell Murray. So, again, it's going to be one of those situations where Cape Central is going to have to play down a few guys that they normally don't have in their lineup. So we'll see how that's going to counter with really one of the best teams and best duos, the defending Class 3 state champion in New Madrid County. And their starting lineup going on right now. Number 5, B.J. Williamson. Number 10, Jadis Jones. Number 15, Ramon Brooks. Number 20, A.J. Ruff. And rounding it out in the post, Marvion Cranford, wearing number 50. Meanwhile, the lineup for the Cape Central Tigers goes like this. Number 3, Tyson Williams. Number 5, Giselion Hempstead. Trishandre Edwards wearing number 10. And number 12, Jaden Reynolds. And number 33, Goliath Morris Young. So again, no McIntosh and no Murray as of yet. So it's going to be those two teams just continuing to fend off against each other. The Eagles led by Dontre Jenkins, and the Tigers led by Drew Church. Both well entrenched in their programs and leading their programs. Cape Central falling to the same Sikeston Bulldogs in postseason play last season. New Madrid County getting the win at the Class 3 state championship, and this is one of those matchups where they lost at the horn thanks to a buzzer from Maurice Boyd last season. Will we get another classic here tonight? Let's find out. New Madrid County going to go left to right. Black uniforms, green and gold trim, gold numbers as it sets up to A.J. Ruff. Ruff looks inside, bounces off the back of Cranford, and Cape Central going to be taking it the other way.
I think they had a little bit of miscommunication there. Cranford didn't even turn around. Ball went down, hit him right in the back of the numbers.
Shot is up and off the mark for Edwards. Now the Eagles quickly taking it back other way. Jones can't get it. And a rebound back in the hands of Cape Central. This is going to be a quick and defensive matchup where it's going to be fast breaks like that are going to put points on the board. That one to Tyson Williams.
Yeah, and then the fast breaks that New Madrid's getting, they go down low like that. They've got to finish with the basketball and get points. They're too good of a ball team, and that's going to hurt them in the end if they don't start finishing those shots.
Ruff now just trying to drive in. Interesting, they're going to try to go with Ruff to drive in, but it won't go. Rebound back in the hands of the Tigers, and they're quickly moving out the other way. Inside pass now to Morris Young. Sets out to Williams. Williams, the floater, can't get it, but a foul going to be on Cranford. So Cape Central, again, on the season thus far, only one loss, and that is to Sikeston, 3-1 on the season, and have gotten their wins in convincing fashion. One win by 26, one by 40, and one by 18. For the Eagles, still 5-0 on the season and winning their games also in convincing manner as well. So could really be a matchup between two juggernauts kind of on the same level and could be a lot closer than what most people think.
Yeah, I think the closest ball game New Madrid has had all year was the 65-50 over Charleston just a few nights ago.
And keep in mind, too, New Madrid County was only up 6 points going into halftime, but found that second half boost. Shot goes up and in for Jadis Jones, and he'll have a chance to even it up at 3 early in this one. And, you know, when you talk about dynamic duos, Jones to Williamson, I think, has probably said more than any other duo over the past couple of seasons than anybody, quite frankly.
Yeah, you know, I like the duo with Farmer and Williams, but I really, really like the duo with Williamson and Jones the best. They've been doing this a lot longer, and I think we're going to call their names a lot more.
Here come the Tigers the other way. It's Reynolds. Reynolds, that falls short. Rebound back in the hands of Cranford. Cranford quickly moving out the other way. Sets over to Williamson. Williamson at the top of the arc. 2-on-1, spin move. Williamson throws it up. Draws the foul in the process. And it looks like that's going to go on Morris Young. So that'll be his first and team foul number 2. So we'll see B.J. Williamson go to the line again. What more could you say about B.J. Williamson and his ability to drive quick and score quick?
He's very fast and he's very physical, and he doesn't make bad choices when it comes to his pass selection. He doesn't make bad decisions when it comes to his shot selection. If he can keep his composure mentally during the game, that kid's going to be the top player of this tournament.
So again, Jones and Williamson. Williamson getting the 2. And the Eagles now up by 1. Reynolds gets it out to Morris Young. Morris Young at the top. Now lurking inside to find Williams. Williams taken away by A.J. Ruff. And the Eagles are going to reset. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of that controlled shot selection that the Eagles have been known for. Not a lot of quick fast breaks as we initially thought. Here's Williamson. Gets it inside to find Jones. Jones 2-on-1. Jones gets it out to Williamson. And back to Jones. Jones in pressure. And a jump ball is going to go back to the Tigers.
You know, I like the way they're really staying with Jadis. You know, if he goes up for the shot, they're grabbing hold of that ball. They're trying to get a jump ball out of it or a foul out of it. They're really trying to limit his aggression, I guess I should say, down low when it comes to him going up and being so good at what he does, which is going up with the quick put-ups, quick putbacks, and getting the points on the board.
So 4-3 our score, just a little under 3 minutes gone by to start this one. Tipped out of play. So we'll see where they're going to spot this. It'll go just an inbounds pass to Jadis Jones, the Coastal Carolina commit. And we'll reset it to A.J. Ruff. Of course, a lot of red still in the building. The Bulldogs getting the win over Poplar Bluff as A.J. Ruff banks it for 3. Getting the win over Poplar Bluff 87-56. They'll have the winner of this one tomorrow night. Bulldogs will have the loser of this one. A whistle and a foul going to be picked up, this time on the Eagles. And it will be on A.J. Ruff, and that'll be his first. And the second team foul for Dontre Jenkins and company. So again, controlled shot selection, not the most glamorous of efforts as we've seen back and forth earlier, but nonetheless, it's both teams really kind of playing to their defensive control and really controlling their shots more than anything as well.
Yeah, I like the shot selections they've taken so far. I like the defense that they're playing.
Shot is up and in for Tyshandre Edwards. And Edwards makes it a 1-point game. But I feel like you're going to see a lot of those trading buckets, too, from back-to-back as well. Here come the Eagles the other way. Bounced off the knee. That's going to be off Edwards. So the Eagles are still going to maintain control of it. Jones again on the inbounds pass, setting it up. Now back to A.J. Ruff. Ruff inside to find Jones. Got 2 in front, 2 in back. Ruff again for 3. In and out. Rebound back in the hands of Edwards. And Williams charging up the other way. He wants to take it on his own, and he does. Tyson Williams taking it all on his own, and the Tigers back up front by 1. Here comes Williamson. Williamson way downtown and off the mark. Here come the Tigers the other way to reboot. Trying to connect, no whistle. So it looks like Edwards was trying to draw something up, maybe on the misconnection with Ruff, but didn't happen, or Jones, pardon me, but didn't happen.
No, Jadis Jones did really good about, I think he saw what he was trying to do, read what he was trying to do, and just kind of backed off. And the kid ended up falling and the ball going out of bounds. But Jadis did a really good job at reading, knew when he was fixing to try to draw a foul in on him, and just kind of backed off.
8-7 our score. A.J. Ruff has it. Gets it up to find Jones. Jones bounce pass now to Williamson to Ruff. Ruff on the lower left corner, bottom left from our vantage point. Jones for the triple. Can't get it. But a foul going to be picked up on Cape Central on a reach-in. It looks like that's going to go against Jaden Reynolds. Nope, that'll be on Williams. So Williams on the reach-in. But initially it looked like Reynolds thought it was going to be on him. So 3rd team foul for Cape Central. Ruff fakes off the knee of Brooks.
Nice hustle to get the ball back.
Ruff is trying to keep a hand on it, and a great opportunity to draw that foul. That one will go against Reynolds, and that'll be the 4th foul for the Tigers.
You know, it's not often you see a bad pass like that end up back in the hands of the person that made the original pass, but good job to stay with the ball and fight and battle to get that ball back.
So Eagles will be shooting free throws the rest of the way with 2:55 left here in the first, and we'll have it for the first in free throws should any more fouls occur. Jones at the top of the arc, gets it out, finds Williamson. Williamson again, sneaking out. Williamson gets out to Ruff. Ruff can't get it. A rebound back by the Tigers, quickly moving the other way. Here's Reynolds trying to take it on his own. Met in the middle by A.J. Ruff. Normally we talk about Jones and Williamson, but how about Ruff stepping up in this first quarter?
You know, the height difference between Ruff and that is just significantly different. So Ruff catches him when he's coming up before he brings the ball up to his face and just kind of punches that ball right out of there. So good job by A.J. Ruff.
A.J. Ruff, again, one of the senior leaders on this team. Again, it's going to be a New Madrid team that's going to look remarkably different next year, not having the presence of some of the players we've come to accustomed to seeing. That goes for Tyshandre Edwards. And the Tigers now their biggest lead of the night with 4. Jones trying to counter. He can't do it. Does it on the second try, though. So Jadis Jones with the putback, and again, a 2-point game. Inkings of a back-and-forth affair could be on the horizon. That's poked out of play. We'll stay with Cape Central. So you can see green and gold and black and orange in the building right now. That goes again for Edwards, the 6'6 sophomore, and again, we look at a team of the future. Cape Central has all of those components to make things happen too.
And they are giving New Madrid everything they can bargain for.
It's a 13-9 affair. Gets out of play, picked up, and stolen away by Williams. Williams moving out the other way. Shot is up, nearly blocked from Brooks. Couldn't do it, and answers, and the foul. A great answer again from number 10. And the Tigers now have a chance to make it a 3-possession game.
You know, you got Tyshandre Edwards down there, 6'6" sophomore. He's going against Jadis Jones, a 6'5" senior. So ultimately, that was a battle of the big men. Who could win the battle? And Tyshandre Edwards, he definitely won that battle.
Tyshandre Edwards just doing a great job this evening. Here's a shot from Brooks to answer back up and in. So we're starting to see the Eagles really play a lot with the paint. Cape Central want to go with the cross court. They can't get that to go, but Goliath Morris Young will go to the line.
It's going to be Cranford's second personal foul. You know, it seems, Joe, it seems to me like Cape Central is doing a very good job. They know New Madrid's fast. They know New Madrid is probably faster than they are and probably a little bit more physical than they are. And I think Cape Central is using that to their advantage by drawing the fouls in on some of their key players like Jadis Jones and like Marvion Cranford, trying to get them to foul out or at least get in foul trouble early and eliminate them from this ball game. So, me personally, I think that's a smart decision by Cape Central to use that in their advantage or to their advantage.
Right now, it's worked an advantage for Cranford as one goes in for Morris Young. 5-point game, just over a minute to play here in the first frame. Williamson bounce pass again to Jones. Gets it outside to find Ruff, wants a triple, can't get it. Tigers quickly moving out the other way. Williams gets it outside, finds Reynolds, fakes, and back to Williams at the top of the arc. Penetrates inside, gets it out. Shot is up, off the mark, and partially blocked from Hempstead. Rolled out of play. Great control, and last touched by the Eagles.
I think they're going to say B.J. Williamson got some fingertips on it.
It looks like he had a little bit of a touch on that. And that is what's going to make it back to the Tigers. Chance to make it 3 possessions. It's a 5-point game. Just over 30 seconds to go here in the first. An awfully entertaining 30 seconds as it stands. Or first quarter, rather. Maybe the last 30 will be too. Here's Edwards. Gets it out to find Williams. He throws it up and in. Cape Central firing on all cylinders. New Madrid County trying to find some answers. 10 seconds to go. Williamson going to try to hold it for the last shot. Williamson gets it out to Ruff. Ruff loses it and bobbles it, but still going to stay with the Eagles with 3 seconds remaining. Good. Jadis Jones is going to have to try to connect with Ruff, or maybe Williamson. He goes for Brooks. Brooks partially blocked, but did draw the foul, which I think they were kind of looking for at that point.
Yeah, I think they're drawing a foul that they desperately need kind of at this point. You know, it's still early in the ball game. It's late in the first quarter, obviously, but it's still early in the ball game. But every point at this point is going to matter because Cape Central, there's no back down in them. They're going to go at New Madrid with everything they have.
Shot is up and good for Ramon Brooks, the 6'6 junior, for Coach Dontre Jenkins and company. The lane violation on the Eagles, so no dice. And it remains a 6-point game. We're going to throw it up, and that is how this first quarter comes to an end. Exciting first quarter on hand. The Tigers with the advantage by 6 as we head to the second. Back in a moment here on Aycorp Sports.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
We welcome you back. Cape Central on top early over New Madrid County. 18-12. Joe Northern, Corey Sisk with you. Taking a look really at the numbers early on, and we're noticing that Tyshandre Edwards getting it done on the offense for Cape Central.
Yeah, he's their lead scorer so far with 8. Tyson Williams with 7, and Morris Young coming in with 3. Going over to the Madrid side, B.J. Williamson 1 point, Jadis Jones 5, Ramon Brooks 3, A.J. Ruff 3, and that's really all the scoring we have for New Madrid. You know, not what we're used to seeing from them. They're used to spreading out offense, getting a lot of their starters and even ones coming off the bench some points. But overall, New Madrid 4 for 11 from the field. Cape Central shooting 7 for 14, 50%, 3 for 7 from the 2-point range, 1 for 4 from the 3-point range for New Madrid.
So again, the threes have been quiet, really not just in this game, but also the previous game on top of that too. Whereas last night the perimeter was the best friend to many, but not in this one as it stands. Foul is going to be picked up on Cape Central. That'll be on Jaden Reynolds in his second. So it seems as if the game plan is going to be in and out for Jadis Jones, but an answer and an opportunity for Ramon Brooks. It seems like the game plan for at least the Eagles is going to have to be to stop Edwards and really stop Williams inside, really just at all facets of scoring this evening.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So we'll see what Ramon Brooks can do. He went 1 of 2 on his last try out. Looks up, shot is up and off the mark. Free throws haven't been kind to either team. Of course, not too many opportunities at the free throw line, so it's looking more of like a tactful defense game, but again, you're going to have a little more physicality. Second shot is up and off the mark.
With those 2 missed free throws, New Madrid's 3 for 7 now from the free throw line.
Tigers now quickly moving back the other way. It's Reynolds. Reynolds gets it up to Williams. Side by side they go. Here's Hughes. Gets it up, can't get it. The Eagles looking to rebound again once more, and Jones got to slow down just a little bit. Coach Dontre Jenkins is trying to have him draw the tempo up just a little bit. Williamson on the inside pass, can't get it. And Cape Central just doing a great job of protecting the paint and just crowding any opportunity, even for a simple layup, too.
Yeah, they're doing a great job at blocking out down low and coming up with the rebound.
And how about the block, too, on the other side from Ramon Brooks? A little announcer's curse, if you will, on top of that. Just over a minute gone by in the second. No difference in scoring for either team. Here's Jones, shoots it up, can't get it. Brooks not on the second try, and there won't be a third. Here come the Maybe now a third goes to A.J. Ruff to connect with Jones. Great precision from A.J. Ruff to help out Jadis Jones.
Stayed with it, made a half-court pass to Jadis Jones down low for the 2 points.
Jaquan Jones also getting it back to Jadis up top, and B.J. Williamson to reset. Jadis with the spin. Off the mark. Rebound back in the hands of Goliath Morris Young. Or beg your pardon, that's Jaden Reynolds. And Cape Central wants to stop and think it over. So a 4-point game, 6:16 left here in this first half. We'll step aside. Back in a moment from the Fieldhouse.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
18-14 our score. Winner will have a date with the Sikeston Bulldogs. Loser with the Poplar Bluff Mules. Coming up at halftime, Phil Brett will have a conversation with the head coach of the Bulldogs, Greg Hollifield, on his team's win and what they're looking forward to tomorrow night. That'll be coming up at halftime of this one. And this one is really kind of setting up to be kind of, I don't want to say anywhere opposite of what we saw previous game, but again, both teams really reading each other tactfully on shot selection, tactfully on defense, and trying to execute a game plan and just trying to get their big guards out.
Yeah, it's a 4-point ball game, 18-14. Joe, it's really still anyone's ball game from two very good and very evenly matched teams. So I'm interested to see how the rest of this is going to play out, but one thing's for sure is it's going to be a good one.
It always is, or at least we hope it always is at the end of the day. Here's Hughes, gets it out to Williams. Williams trying to keep his hands on it, 2-on-1 pressure, and settling out to Williams once more. We're starting to see the Eagles kind of spread out a little bit, not necessarily a man-to-man, but kind of a 1-2-2 as it stands on the zone.
They really almost have to go to something different than that 2-3 that they've been in. It's just not worked for them.
Reynolds with the chance, rebound from Brooks, nearly picked away by Hughes. And here come the Eagles back the other way. It's Ruff, can't get it. Jones on the rebound, no. Picked up by Brooks, gets it inside to Jones. He rose it up and in. Thanks to the assist from A.J. Ruff, a combination of Eagles helped them soar to 2. And it is a 2-point game, 5:18 remaining here in the second. Eagles on a little mini scoring run right now. Will need some defensive stops here, but they'll get a foul this time on B.J. Williamson. So that'll be his first and team foul number 1, so that'll stay on the floor with 5:07 remaining. Hempstead coming in on the inbounds pass. Williams to pick it up. Williams takes it up himself. Tyson Williams just finding the great open lane and gets the Tigers back up by 4.
Yeah, New Madrid's got to find a way to kind of close that lane off down low. Cape Central has been all over them tonight down low in the paint.
Ruff bobbles it, goes back to Cape Central in there, moving quickly. Here's Edwards! Tyshandra Edwards, the sophomore, getting some air.
He's adding to his already big night so far with a massive dunk.
And the Tigers with one of their largest leads of the night. It was 7 at one point, 6 awfully close though. Brooks now for 3. Can't get it. Rebound back in the hands of Reynolds. Reynolds quickly moving out. Sets up and a big block from BJ.
B.J. Williamson said, I got dunked on once, it's not happening again.
He wasn't going to let it happen again that time, my goodness. So it's 22-16. Williamson getting the big block as we continue. 4:09 remaining here in the second. Sets it up top, shot is up and off the mark. Rebound back in the hands of Ramon Brooks. Brooks sets out to Williamson. Williamson lurking out one way. Williamson Finding Ruff. Ruff now to Williams. Williams now in the corner, in control. Williams sets out. Finds Jadis Jones. Jones shoots it up, got it.
No one in the area really does that. That little one bounce, one dribble step, and then a hop to the basket better than Jadis Jones.
Foul is going to be picked up on Ramon Brooks. He was trying to get in on Tyson Williams with 3:23 left to go here in the second.
Those of you that's watching at home, we've got the screen on in front of us. It is frozen at the moment. Just bear with us. It will pick back up. Internet connection is kind of slow in here. We've got several different radio stations and other broadcasters here tonight that's kind of using some of the internet. But just bear with us. It will line itself out.
Shot is up and good this time for Tyson Williams. And sometimes deservedly so, thanks, of course, to a lot of coverage really with this tournament and just the growth it's had for so many years, too.
It's the best tournament in the state of Missouri by far.
Not a bad problem to have, we feel like.
No, not a bad problem at all.
3:17 remaining here in the first half. Central up by 6. The Central of Cape, rather, up by 6. Shot is up and good for Ramon Brooks. Takes up and steal by B.J. Williamson. Answers up, can't get it, but he will get a chance to go to the line. So B.J. Williamson was looking for the opportunity, but instead, it floats out of play.
B.J. Williamson on the line, shooting 2.
So we'll see B.J. Williamson return to action with 3:03 remaining here in the second. Try to make it a one-possession game. He does, at least with one.
So far, one and counting, Joe.
One and counting. And make it 2.
You know, BJ's not a kid that shoots bad from the free throw line. I mean, you put him on the charity stripe, you're just giving that kid points. He doesn't perform bad from the free throw line.
Here come the Tigers the other way. Williams sets it out, finds Hughes. Hughes shot up off the mark. Here comes the Eagles the other way. Jones on his own. Answers with air for the tie.
Jones says you can do it, so can I.
And we are knotted at 24. And you can feel the energy get a little louder here in Sikeston.
I think that's the spark that New Madrid County needed, is a big dunk and something to get them into the game and something to get the momentum going.
Williams going to get fouled, and that's going to be on number 12, Ty Williams. And it'll be Tyson Williams to head to the line to take the lead. And I imagine the contagion of green is going to be making a little bit of noise to try to throw him off.
That's right. I think Coach Jenkins is arguing his case for a travel. I'm not so sure that I don't agree with him.
I didn't see a lot of movement kind of in his lower leg as he makes the first, as it felt like there was maybe a little bit more of kind of like an arm bar, it seems like, on Ty Williams.
Yeah.
He makes them both. Tigers back up by 2. So 2:24 left to go here in half number 1. It's been back and forth all evening long. We've had dunks, we've had travels, we've had some threes, we've had it all. And we're not even close to done just yet. Setting up to A.J. Ruff. Bounce pass to Jones. Jones 2-on-1 on the right side of the key. Now outside to find Ruff for 3. Way off. Jones on the putback. Jadis Jones again, the king of second chance buckets, continues his run. Knotted at 26. Here's the touch now from Reynolds. Reynolds looks for Williams for 3. Falls short. Rebound back in the hands of the Tigers. Edwards rather, can't get it. And the Eagles now trying to find a chance to get their first lead of the night.
That's a good hard rebound by Martavion Cranford. Went up, solid rebound, kicks it back out to BJ.
A minute and a half to go here in quarter number 2. Jones with the floater. No, Cranford on the pickup. He can't get it. Cape Central's not going to get the travel, and the Eagles are going to have a chance to take the lead. And it's going to be up to Marvion Cranford, the 6'3 junior, riding that post position for Dontre Jenkins. So he'll be shooting 2. First shot is up, and it is good. A nice little bank off the backboard, too.
Yeah, Martavion Cranford, you know, He's a 6'3" junior, not a bad post player. Really can play anywhere on the floor, but really good down low. He's a big guy, so really good down low, really powerful post player.
1:20 remaining in advantage of the Eagles, their first lead of the evening. Losing it now in the hands of Williams. Sets back to Jones. Jones on his own, can't get it. And now another foul on Cape Central. We're starting to see a little more contact while they're moving in traffic, hoping for a travel and trying to force him to travel, but hasn't worked out.
Yeah, I think New Madrid now is starting to make the switch a little bit into as far as trying to draw the fouls in from some of Cape Central's bigger men, trying to get them in foul trouble and get them out of the game.
Jadis Jones, 16 points and counting with the free throw. And again, what more can you say about another standout athlete that's just meant so much to this program? He misses the second. So the Tigers moving back the other way. It's a 3-point game, 1:05 to go. Here's Williams. Finding Reynolds. Inside to Edwards. Williams trying to keep a hand on it. He does. Resetting out to him, Tyson Williams all over the floor. Right side of the key, no good. Going to go back to New Madrid County with 48.8 remaining. We saw Cape Central really dominate the first quarter well, but seems as if things have kind of slowed up a little bit. Only 8 second quarter points as it stands for them.
Yeah, I think they came out the first quarter. They played fast pace as far as the breaks, but they really controlled the ball more on offense as far as moving around and taking better shot selections than they have here in the second quarter. So they like to kind of rush things a little bit, whereas New Madrid is kind of slowing things down a little bit, making better decisions, better passes, better shot selections. And as we can see, New Madrid has now gained the lead in the ball game because of that.
And there looks like they're going to hold on for the last shot too. A.J. Ruff just trying to draw something up. Cape Central thinking he's going to go for the right side. At least that's what Edwards is pointing to. Here we go. 7 seconds. Picked away, but scooped up by B.J. Williamson. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Williamson throws it up. It goes! B.J. Williamson from the parking lot. Santa Maria!
That was a shot that B.J. Williamson wanted back from the first quarter when he went downtown. Nearly half court, nothing but net. B.J. Williamson at the buzzer for New Madrid County Central.
B.J. Williamson got everyone on the opposing side of the field house on their feet, and with good reason. Cape Central led at the end of the first by 6. New Madrid County.
Missouri State Senator Jason Bean, representing Butler, Carter, Dunklin, Mississippi, New Madrid, Oregon, Pemiscot, Ripley, Stoddard, and Wayne counties, would like to wish all the Southeast Missouri basketball programs in the 25th District a safe and successful season.
Just remember, if Ultramoreland is not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world-famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple-Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
we are with Sikeston head coach Greg Hollifield. Coach, congratulations on another convincing victory by your Sikeston Bulldogs.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, so far this year, you've had some pretty dominant wins. The one that wasn't so dominant was against Cape Central. They're getting ready to play right now. What do you have to look forward to either of these teams, Cape Central or New Madrid?
Good question. They're both really good teams, and it's early, and I thought Cape really played us tough the other day, and they have some injuries right now, but New Madrid, same thing. They've got two great players, defending state champs. We know how difficult it'll be.
We saw in that game, it looked like that you played pretty close with Poplar Bluff. They played pretty close with you for the first quarter. You had two quick buckets right at the end of the quarter, and then it was just no looking back after that. How did that change the momentum of the game?
Well, I thought, honestly, defensively in the first quarter, we didn't have the intensity we need to have, and I thought we were settling for outside shots instead of attacking. But once the defensive pressure got better, then the attacks to the glass started.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, Coach. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Missouri State's Bagby Wealth Management in Dexter, Missouri is helping you with all your retirement planning, 401k rollovers, and financial planning. Contact them or visit them today. Bagby Wealth Management. Your path starts here. Senator Jason Bean, representing Butler, Carter, Dunklin, Mississippi, New Madrid, Oregon, Pemiscot.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Southern Custom Meats in Dexter, Missouri is providing you with the best in custom butchering, fresh vegetables, and farm fresh eggs. Call now or visit us today and see the Southern Custom Meats difference for yourself.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcomed with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
Welcome back. Halftime here at the Fieldhouse, and it's the Eagles in New Madrid County up 32-26, thanks to a very highlight-worthy three-pointer from B.J. Williamson at the buzzer. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. Joe Northern, Corey Sisk with you. It's really been a back-and-forth affair between these two teams. Cape Central had the edge in quarter number one with 18 first-quarter points, but New Madrid countered back with 20 of their own in the second.
Yeah, B.J. Williamson and Jadis Jones really had a better second quarter than they did the first. B.J. Williamson came in after the end of the first quarter into the second quarter with only 1 point. He is now at 8 points. Jadis Jones, a massive second quarter for him, 16 points. Ramon Brooks, 3 points. A.J. Ruff, 3 points. Marvion Cranford, 2 points. Coming in with the rebounds, Jadis Jones with 6, Ramon Brooks with 3, A.J. Ruff 3, Marvion Cranford 3. Cape, not really a whole lot of scoring. You got Tyshawn Williams, their leading scorer, with 13, 1 rebound. Tyshandre Edwards.
Yep, Tyshandre Edwards,
10 points, 6 rebounds. And then Goliath Morris Brooks is their other scorer with 3 points, and he's got 2 rebounds. Really even team comparison, 11 for 27, 9 for 27, 9 for 20, 7 for 7, 19, 2 for 7, and 2 for 8. So really even scoring across the board.
So we'll see who's going to have the edge to be playing for the Big Gold Dome tomorrow night. Right now it's in the advantage of the Eagles, but a quick shot coming in from Goliath Morris Young gets it in at 4, and I feel like we're going to see a little bit more of that fast break really try to ride in here in the second half.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are really going to pick up their pace, start doing pass selection, shot selection, just like they did that, try to tame the Tigers and go on to the championship game tomorrow night.
And kind of hearing some rumblings in the lobby, at least kind of with some players earlier saying that they feel that it's New Madrid County and Sikeston, but clearly Cape Central wants to say something about that.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm biased, but I've got New Madrid County Central, but it's anybody's ball game.
Here's the shot on the way from Hempstead. That's going to be short. Reynolds tries to get the bucket. Help from the freshman, and Morris Young can't do it. And the Eagles resetting the other way. And keep in mind, too, kind of reminds me a little bit of the Charleston game where they didn't really have some of the offensive energy, but turned it on in the second half with the Eagles. So could be something that we see again. And something that we kind of have seen from the Eagles for even some of their earlier games this season, too.
Yeah, I really think New Madrid is more of a second-half team, or finisher, should I say. They're more of a second half and finishing the ball game strong than they are really playing the ball game as far as strong and playing it effectively in the first half. They're more effective with that in the second half.
Rebound on the hands from Ramon Brooks. Gets the bounce pass to Jadis Jones, and is going to reset with A.J. Ruff. And A.J. Ruff also doing a great job this evening of at least trying to set the offense in motion, too. Normally that's something we see Jadis Jones lead the charge on, but Ruff, a very good player in trying to get that offense in motion. Ruff looking at it again once more. Bounce pass to find Cranford. Cranford gets it out. 2-on-1 pressure to Ruff. Ruff going to look inside. Shot is up to Brooks, goes in and out. Rebound back in the hands of the Tigers. Picked away by B.J. Williamson and does it on his own. B.J. Williamson getting elevated. And the Eagles, again, stretching their largest lead of the night.
An almost identical play that we saw in the last game by P.J. Farmer. Steals the ball down low, one-handed dunk. Almost very similar.
Cape Central trying to find some answers here They could find that with Jaden Reynolds for 3, however. So still a 3-possession game, 7-point affair. Eagles out front, 5:03 remaining here in the third. Again, no fouls in the first 3 minutes on this one. Jones lobs it up and in. So Jadis Jones and B.J. Williamson, again, just controlling the tempo for the Eagles. So they have a 9-point lead. Williams on the front. Gets it outside. Settles up to Hempstead. Hempstead, spin move. Tries to lob it out. Can't do it. Throws it out of play. Great defensive screen with that combination of Brooks and Jones to get it back for the Eagles. So a quick moving third quarter as it stands. And it's been New Madrid County with the edge, up by 9.
One change that I see that Coach Jenkins has made at halftime is ball control. Their ball and clock control. They're really slowing it down. They're getting up here just past the timeline. They're stopping. They're really thinking, setting up their plays. And all the while they're doing that, they're just wasting the time off the clock. So smart play, smart ball movement by Coach Jenkins and the Eagles.
It's Williamson again, near the Bulldog logo. Now settling at the top. Does he want it again? He won't get it again. But Cranford tries to answer back. That floats out of play. Cape Central going to get a crack at it. So halfway through the third quarter.
If he would have made that, Joe, it's still hard to beat the one from nearly half court.
It's a buzzer beater. Really, it just hits differently.
It does, and it really hits differently when it's, like I said, when it's inside the circle at half court.
My goodness. Here comes Reynolds now, looking for a long 2. Can't get it. Rebound by Cranford. Here's the outside pass to Williamson. Elevates once more. B.J. Williamson putting on a clinic of his own here in this second half. Inside now to Reynolds. Reynolds looking for some pressure, but a traveling violation. It's going to go back to the Eagles, and you can start seeing the momentum shift towards the green and gold.
Nice pressure and nice man-to-man coverage by B.J. Williamson to force the travel.
They cross the timeline. It's in the hands of A.J. Ruff. Again, doing a great job of controlling the offense. 5 minutes gone by. Jadis Jones, no. Second try, no. Third try, can't get it. And after 5 minutes and 1 second, we have our first foul of the third quarter.
They're playing very good defense, but not a lot of fouls. That's something we've also seen different from the first half. The first half, we had a lot of fouls from both teams. This half, not so much. They've cut down on that. But, the sophomore down there, Trayshandre Edwards, he's really playing Jadis Jones. He's really playing good man-to-man defense on him and is doing his best to stop Jadis from doing what he does best.
He misses the second. So a 12-point game. Jadis with 21 points as it stands for the Eagles. Without him, the Eagles will be down by 9. Instead, up by 12. Here's Williams. Williams gets it out to find Edwards. The Eagles again trying to protect with a little 2-3 zone. Some signs of a man-to-man in there as well. Edwards fakes, looks inside the paint, blocked away by Brooks. Here comes BJ. And a quick layup. Wasn't trying to go for the triple on the dunk.
He thought about it.
And now the Eagles just continuing to add on to their largest lead of the night. They're up by 14 with 2:12 left to go here in the third quarter. Here's Williams, and a foul will be called. Looks like that's going to go on Ruff.
I think they're going to get him with the reach in.
That'll be his second foul, team foul number 1 with 2:08 remaining. And again, the reach in foul, a little more controlled tempo for both of these teams here in this third quarter. But the Eagles with the momentum. Here's Edwards in the circle. Gets it out to Morris Young. Morris Young outside to Reynolds. 2-on-1 pressure. Trying to get it picked away. He can't do it. Did he go over the line? He did. So last touched by the Eagles in New Madrid County. So Cape Central going to inbound from the baseline. Shot blocked away again from Brooks. Still going to stay with Cape Central, but we're starting to see the blocks really kind of pick up for Ramon Brooks.
Yeah, that's the third block of the night for him, and the second here in the third quarter.
Cape Central just trying to find some answers with 1:44 left to go here in the third. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds now to Williams. Williams back to Reynolds. Left side of the circle. Falls short. Rebound back to Jones. Jones content to kind of take the pace down a little bit. Ruff's going to have to cross the timeline, and he does. Just in time, too. So Ruff got to slow it up. It's a 14-point game, an advantage of the Eagles. Only 13 third-quarter points as of now. Cape Central only with 5. Jones stuck in big traffic, and a foul's going to be picked up on Cape Central. This time it's going to be on number 5, Giselion Hempstead. So that'll be his third, team foul number 2. Inside pass to Cranford and another foul. Looks like they were trying to draw Cranford to force that foul on him and went 4-on-1 on pressure, but again, it's going to send him back to the line.
Yeah, New Madrid's really working on the fouls with the big guys. They're really giving them a fit down low and drawing in the fouls and doing a good job at it, trying to get the key players and some of those bigger guys out of the ball game.
Second shot is up and good. So 1:08 to go, and the Eagles just quite simply taking advantage of the miscues from Cape Central, being controlling in their shot selection, and now with a 16-point lead with 1:05 to go. Williams charging the other way. He's going to get the foul drawn. So that'll be on Ty Williams. That'll be his first, team foul number 2. 1 minute remaining. They're going to have to get it in the hands of Reynolds, and Cape Central's going to need some help in the perimeter, too. Shot is up, blocked again from Ramon Brooks. Edwards to counter. He can't. Brooks trying to get the board. It's going to be a jump ball. Will go to the Eagles if it's ruled a jump, and it will be.
Ramon Brooks goes up, blocks the ball down low, comes out to the top of the key, play defense, and then gets back underneath to get the rebound. It just goes to show the speed, the quickness, and the physicality of that kid.
Eagles to inbound, 45 seconds left to go here in frame number 3.
Not to mention that's block number 4 for him for the night.
Jones, the left side of the key, rolls out. Shot up from Brooks. He can't get it. Cape Central looking to take it the other way. They were looking for the travel, didn't get it. So Brooks now with his third foul, getting in a little bit of foul trouble late with 27 left to go.
As physical as he's been playing, though, on defense, Joe, I'm surprised that's just his third.
The blocks have not gone on notice. He's going to take a seat, as we'll see Cranford return as they cheer him on his efforts. It's a 16-point game inside to Edwards. Edwards just lobs it up out of play. It was last touched by Williamson. A very low scoring quarter for the Tigers. It very well could be their lowest scoring quarter of the season thus far, pending when we look back at the numbers. Shot is up, it goes. Reynolds gets it and the foul, and could be a little bit of that spark that Cape Central is looking for.
Yeah, definitely going to be a spark they're looking for, but the question I have, Joe, is it too late?
I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, but at the same time, knowing that the energy that we've seen from New Madrid County and the way that they're controlling the pace and letting, 30, 40 seconds run, and the benefit of not having a shot clock right now in high school, I think that's definitely something to kind of keep in mind, that they have the ability to keep things running, keep the offense flowing, but controlling that pace. And again, normally this is a team you see in the 60s, which still very well could hit tonight, but it feels like, a team that's playing kind of keep away and can win games with only 45 points or 50 points, whatever that may be. Shot is up and good for Reynolds. So Williamson going to try to look for the last shot. Cape Central looking for that full court pressure. They're going to have to. Cranford gets it out, and and a timeout called by the Eagles. That'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 3.3 remaining. Don't forget, folks, we go on the air tomorrow night at 5:15 with the Nutrient Ag Solutions pregame. We'll get you caught up on the action that happened tonight and get you prepared for the action tomorrow. That'll be at 5:20 on the air. Then we'll start with Jackson and Charleston. That should be a great consolation matchup at 5:30 tomorrow. Then the third place game with Poplar Bluff and the loser of this one. And then Sikeston facing off the winner. With our triple header tomorrow night, Jim Riker and Bobby Alford will have the call for those. I'll join you for the Nutrient Ag pregame at 5:20. Taking a look at some of the numbers right now, Cape Central 12 for 40 from the field, Eagles 17 for 43. So shots have not been great for the Tigers in this third quarter.
Not really been great to the Eagles either. They've just got a little bit more off, but neither team is shooting very well from the field.
In scoring leadings right now, it's Tyson Williams with 13. Jadis Jones already a double-double for him, 21 points, 13 boards.
Yeah, and Tyson Williams for Cape Central, he's their leading scorer, but he's in foul trouble as well. So, it's going to be interesting to see if they keep him on the bench. Looks like maybe they've got him out there.
Yep, still out there as it stands. Inbounds pass to Jones. Jones looks up, can't get it, and that is how this third quarter comes to a close. The Eagles continuing to ride momentum going into the fourth. They lead it by 13 over Cape Central. Back in a moment on Aycorp Sports.
SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
47-34 our score. 8 minutes left to go. New Madrid County looking to get back to the championship game. If they do, it would be their third championship game appearance since 2020. No one's appeared more in this decade in the championship than New Madrid County. Sikeston's already punched their ticket for the first time in 5 years, I believe, to the SEMO Conference Tournament Championship game. And it feels as if, yes, the lead is larger than it stands, but we've seen stranger things happen with this Cape Central team, and finding a way to sneak back in to really any affair with these Eagles.
Yeah, we've got a 13-point lead, which is not a whole lot when you consider, a lot of time left to still play in the fourth quarter. But Eagles, if they keep doing what they're doing, they keep playing the defense that they're playing and making the shot selections, but both teams are going to have to shoot better from the field overall if either want to have a chance to even beat Sikeston tomorrow.
That they will, because we know the scores that the Bulldogs have just ready to go and honestly well poised to outscore anybody in the room. And if they continue their average of 80-ish points a game, it could be trouble for either of these teams. Of course, Cape Central held them to 72 last week, but still, that was a 15-point loss. Fouls on A.J. Ruff. That'll be his third. So we'll see the freshman, Goliath Morris Young, heads the line to try to trim this lead up a little bit more. Makes the first. Second shot is up. It is good. So Cape Central now on a little 5-0 run since late stages of the third quarter, trying to ride some momentum to get back into this game. The Eagles trying to hang on and punch their ticket to play Sikeston tomorrow night. Cranford gets it up and in. A nice little jumper from the charity stripe.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better executed play than that right there. Really drive it down to the game, or down low to get the layup. Just kind of settled for right there around that 15-foot range and nailed it.
Cape Central looking for an answer. Williamson almost picking it up. Retrieved again by Edwards. Edwards, cross-court pass, finds Williams. Williams, 3-on-1. Now back to Edwards on the right side of the wing. Back to Williams at the top. Sets again to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to draw inside, can't get it. Nearly picked up by Reynolds on the own board before being met by A.J. Ruff. And this is exactly what we're expecting from the Eagles, to slow down that offense and keep any control that they have.
Yeah, I don't look for them to do a whole lot as far as rushing things. There's no need for them to. I think they'll just stay kind of up top, try to find something open down low, or maybe something open around the arch before they get a shot off.
And they did a great job of drawing the fouls and forcing the fouls. That one's going to be on Tyshandre Edwards, and that'll be his first foul of the evening, team's first. With 6:37 left to go here in the fourth. Ruff sets it up for Cranford. Cranford, that falls short. And here comes Edwards back the other way. Chasing out to Hempstead. Hempstead, 2-on-1, can't answer it. Rebound back in the hands of the Eagles. And again, B.J. Williamson got across that timeline. But again, it's exactly what I think they're looking to do. Maybe not go for those flashy points, but just keep the control more than anything, too. Jones spins, shoots, can't get it, but it's going to go to the line.
And if he just drew that on Tyshawn Williams, he's going to be out of the game.
So that'll be team foul number 2. And that is going to be it for Tyson Williams. It's his 5th. And we'll see Jadis Jones return to the line. And again, just an absolute effort. I feel like we say that every time we see Jadis Jones play.
Yeah.
Double-double nearly every game, it seems like.
Yeah, they really worked on Tyson Williams. Once they found out he's in foul trouble, they really worked on trying to get him out of the game, and rightfully so. He leaves the game as Cape's leading scorer with 13 points, 2 rebounds on the night. So that's definitely going to be a tremendous loss for them going forward in the rest of this quarter.
Morris Young gets it out, finding Reynolds. Reynolds for 3. Hit goes! Jaden Reynolds gets the 3, and a timeout called by Drew Church. As we'll step aside, Cape Central trailing by 11. The Eagles trying to hang on. Back in a moment.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
50-39 our score. The Eagles trying to ride control over Cape Central. Don't forget, coming up next week on Aycorp Sports, we kick off our inaugural coverage of the 2023 Clarkton Holiday Tournament, all 12 games, and that starts with Portageville and North Pemiscot at 4, Risco versus Doniphan at 5:30, and then Malden taking on the Clarkton JV, and then the varsity Reindeer taking on East Carter County. That'll be a great tournament. That starts Monday night in our statistician's country of Garrett Hicks and Clarkton. I know he's excited about being part of that one. Corey, I know you're looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, we've got Clarkton coming up, then we've got a week off, then we start our probably our biggest tournament besides the SEMO Conference tournament, which is the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. 2016 Christmas Tournament all week long. Your coverage of your only live coverage of high school sports here at Aycorp Sports.
And the 20th anniversary of the Bloomfield Tournament covered in Aycorp Sports history, the various entities leading up to where we are right now. So something we're very proud of. Very proud of the coverage that we've had here too. It's been a great game between these two teams. A.J. Ruff trying to maintain control with 5:34 remaining. Shot is up and in for Ramon Brooks. And again, the slow executed possessions, those eventually add up and work out quite well for Dontre Jenkins and company. Tigers trying to find an answer. They're going to have to start moving quickly, though, and really we're seeing the big defense play in factor for the Eagles, but a traveling violation, and they've done a great job of forcing those on Cape Central, too.
That's something I think that Cape Central, that's one reason why I think they're going to have to slow down the momentum. They want to kind of pick up the pace a little bit, but they don't want to get too fast and too far ahead of themselves, because every time they've gotten in a hurry tonight, they've turned over the ball with the travel.
Williamson crossing the timeline again once more. 5:01 left to go here in the fourth. Williamson trying to keep it, picked up instead by Clemens. Clemens trying to get it out. He gets it over to Reynolds in the full court press. Tigers going to have to try to make something here, and a foul going to be called on the Eagles.
I think they're going to go with the Jadis Jones. I think they're going to go over the back there a little bit with it.
Looks like they are going to call that over the back, and that will be Jadis' second team foul, or second personal foul, second team foul rather. And we'll see the freshman, Goliath Morris Young, in action. And keep in mind, he's going to be a freshman that's going to make some noise too. 6'7", and good to have that large presence early, because you only have time to develop that as he develops into a stronger player too.
Yeah, you know, you got Elijah Brown, a 6'7" freshman. You've got looks like Mark Willis. He's a 6'2" junior. You've got your Tashandre Edwards. He's a 6'6" sophomore. So Cape Central's got a lot of returning players with a lot of size next year.
And that's something to keep an eye on too. Foul is going to be called this time on Hempstead. That's going to be his fourth. And again, that game plan of just trying to draw fouls on those that could be leading scorers, could be pesky defenders, it's been working out late. This has been known to bite the Eagles a little bit, though. It happened last year against this team, too. Up late, the lead was a little bit closer. As the shot goes up and in for Ramon Brooks.
A.J. Ruff with a nice look from the free throw line. Down low to Ramon Brooks. Ramon Brooks with an excellent finish. Extends the Eagles' lead a little bit.
So a 13-point game, nearly halfway through the fourth. Shot. Nearly a shot from Hempstead. Thought about it. Instead gets it out to Reynolds. Trying to get past the blocking presence of Ramon Brooks, but can't do it. Still going to be an inbounds pass for Cape Central as we are a little over halfway through quarter number 4. Reynolds trying to charge up. That is an offensive foul. A.J. Ruff again doing it defensively, getting the placement ready to go. And that's a third personal foul on Jay Reynolds. And once again, free throws the rest of the way for New Madrid County.
A.J. Ruff has shown tonight that he's not afraid to plant his feet and take the charge. He's not afraid to get bruised up a little bit, if you will, because he's taking some charges tonight.
Here comes Williamson again, all the way up top. Reynolds just trying to find a way to get past him, and he can't. Here's Jones, right side of the key. Jones just throws it up and in. Jadis Jones just doing what he does best over and over.
A nice little fadeaway jumper by Jadis Jones down low.
A 15-point affair. Bounce pass inside to find Williams. That answers back for a 3. So some sparks coming from the three-point line for Cape Central, but they're going to have to hurry, and they're going to have to try to force some turnovers. You very well could see a foul to win situation, but a bunch of their guys already in some foul trouble to begin with. Williamson fakes. Williamson in traffic. Williamson, doesn't matter. Just shoot it.
BJ's probably one of the best in the area when it comes to just driving down the lane, getting in between two defenders and going up for a layup. He makes it look so easy from up here.
Clemens looks outside to Reynolds. It goes! And he answers back with back-to-back threes and a possibility to trim the lead to 10. So not exactly what the Eagles wanted, complete opposite, obviously. But an opportunity for the 6'4 senior to bring him ever so closer with 2:49 remaining. He makes it.
Cape Central is definitely, there's no quit in them. They're not giving up. And they've trimmed this lead now down from 15 at one point down to 10.
Their largest deficit of the night was 16 points. They're trying to find their way back to the championship game. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Cape Central's cutting the Eagles' lead to 10, and Jaden Reynolds with back-to-back threes now makes him the leading point scorer with 15.
Yeah, Jaden Reynolds really came in, stepped up there towards the last couple minutes of this quarter. Back-to-back three-pointers. He's now the lead scorer with 15 points, 4 rebounds, B.J. Williamson, 16 points, 2 rebounds. Jadis Jones still the leading scorer for them with a double-double, 24 points and 13 rebounds. Both teams playing very well defensively. Offensively, I like the way New Madrid's kind of slowed the pace down, but I think the last few possessions of Cape Central has shown this field house here in Sikeston tonight that they're not going anywhere.
And they certainly aren't. 2:38 remaining. They want to find another ticket back to the championship game and an opportunity to avenge the loss to Sikeston on Sikeston's home court nonetheless. But they're going to have to draw something up and quick. Here's a steal picked up by Edwards. So that's going to be out of play. And a chance for the Tigers to push in forward. Very well could be a situation where might go full court press and the Eagles are just going to have to hurry and try to get something in. You cannot slow the ball down anymore, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Here comes Edwards. Edwards for 3. Off the mark. Rebound shot won't go. Third try won't go. Picked up by A.J. Ruff. And Ruff is tied up a little bit with Goliath Morris Young. Sets it out to Jadis Jones. 2 minutes remaining. A.J. Ruff in control. Gets it out of play. Last touched by Cape Central.
Cape Central really did a good job at breaking through New Madrid's full court press they had, finding something down low. It's just a shame they couldn't come up with the finish.
They were trying to look for it, but it couldn't go. Williamson can't get the touch. Rebound back to Williamson. Tigers are going to have to hurry. 10-point deficit, 149 remaining rather. Shot is up. Another offensive foul on Tyshandre Edwards. That may be it for him. Nope, just a second. For some reason, it felt like he's had more, but he's only had the 2 so far.
I'm wanting to say it's maybe Morris Young with 4 down there.
I think Morris Young, he may have 4.
It was one of the bigger guys down low. I don't know if it's Elijah Brown or Morris Young.
We'll have to see as they are cleaning up the floor here. You have to imagine that it gets a little intense, and again, these teams just running back and forth, back and forth. So we'll have to see what New Madrid County can do. Again, holding the offense and trying to play keep away could work, but holding it and running it slow may not work this late in the game. Here comes Ruff, quickly driving. Ruff, 2-on-1 pressure. Finding Cranford, throws it up, can't get it, and a foul's going to be called.
I like the effort from Cranford to go up with the shot. Although he didn't get it, he still got really close to getting a 3-point play, or having the opportunity for a 3-point play.
Reynolds now with this 4th. I think that was the one who we were thinking who had quite a few fouls. But it's going to be Reynolds now with his 4th.
Jaden Reynolds, yeah, that was another kind of a bigger guy, a kid down there with his getting in foul trouble.
As Cranford looks for the opportunity. Shot is up and good. Don't forget, after the game, we'll have the Nutrient Ag Solutions post-game report. Break down tonight's action for both games. Give you our 3 stars, and if time permits, we'll have a conversation with the head coach of the Eagles, Dontre Jenkins. That's coming up on the Nutrient Ag Solutions post-game report. Second shot goes for Cranford. And it's 60-48 with 1:33 remaining. Desperation time for Cape Central. 3-on-1 pressure. 3 on the way from Edwards. That rolls in and out. Rebound back in the hand of Williamson. And he's going to be slow to take it up and draw it up. Cape Central going to have to look for either a foul or some full court pressure. 1:13 gone by as he goes across the timeline. 1:09 remaining here in the 4th. And sets it up to A.J. Ruff. Williamson can't get it. Cranford on the board, and a jump ball going to stay with the Eagles. And you would think that a foul to win situation would work here, but I mean, with not a lot of depth that Cape Central normally has kind of out there on the floor, it just kind of puts you in a tricky spot where you hope you can get a steal, but at the end of the day, it may not work for you.
Yeah, and I don't think Cape Central would benefit anything from sending New Madrid to the line, free throw line at this point in the game. So I think it's a full court press, try to steal the ball, and let's see what we can do to try to close the deficit a little bit if I'm Cape Central.
Ruff crossing the timeline, and there's the bump in from number 5, Hempstead. And that is going to be it for him. That'll be his 5th personal. And we'll look to see who Drew Church is going to replace him with, but regardless, it seems all but over, and we're going to get New Madrid County versus Sikeston in the final tomorrow night, and you're already thinking of the matchups that we're going to see on paper between Williams and Jones. So we'll see number 1 enter for Cape Central. As you're kind of already envisioning the matchups with Williams versus Jones and Farmer versus Williamson, you know, just kind of those matchups on paper. It's going to be rocking here tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good game for Jim and Bobby on the call with that. They're going to have an exciting time, and they're not going to a lot of action for them.
And the other 2 games leading up to it going to be just as great, a full 3-course meal tomorrow night, if you will, of action. Starting off with the appetizer in Charleston and Jackson. And then our 3rd place game with likely Cape Central and Poplar Bluff. New Madrid County, that 3 is good, by the way, by Jaden Reynolds. Cuts the lead to 11, and here come the fouls.
You know, 11-point ball game, 31.6 seconds. Anytime you foul them, they're going to go to the line. I don't really think it's going to benefit Cape Central very much by sending them to the free throw line this late in the ball game.
Especially when it's Jadis Jones at the line. That's doing right. Just that, more than anything. 24 points for him so far tonight. Second shot is up and in. As now we're going to see the substitution come in, as Dontre Jenkins is going to do a near wholesale substitution, and the Eagles know they've got it. Their 3rd trip to the title game in 4 years here at the Fieldhouse. But this challenge that they'll have tomorrow night may be tougher than the rest.
They're definitely going to have their hands full with Sikeston.
It's going to be picked up by Reynolds. Reynolds looks out, launches the 3. That bounces in and out. Scooped up again by the Tigers. In the hands of Tyshandre Edwards. Lobs it up, 20 seconds, no good. Rebound near a reach-in. In the hands now of Jones, Jaquan Jones. 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Sets it out to KK McFerrin. Looks up to number 54. Watch him get it up and in. Looks for another chance. No, won't get it on a 3rd. Doesn't matter. The Eagles get the job done, 64-51 over Cape Central. And again, an absolute extreme second half effort for the Eagles, and really doing it consistently with 32 points in the second half, 32 points in the first, and again, just the game plan drawn to fruition and precision for Dontre Jenkins and company.
Yeah, you know, when they first started the first quarter, Sikeston actually had an advantage over them in the first quarter. I thought they played a better ball game in the first quarter. Was able to put up more points, kind of contain New Madrid, but we saw New Madrid get too quick. We saw them get a layup, then we saw them get a steal and another layup to kind of end that quarter. Then they continued that momentum into the second quarter and ended it with a huge three-pointer by B.J. Williamson. You know, and then several dunks in between by B.J., by Jadis. Really took the wind out of Sikeston's sails and really gave them what they needed.
Nutrient Ag Solution post-game report coming up, as we'll toss it down to Phil Britt in just a moment. He'll have an interview with the coach, Dontre Jenkins. He'll have an interview with the coach, and we'll have our final stats and preview for tomorrow's Championship Friday action right back here from the Fieldhouse. Back in a moment with the head coach.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are
grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots.
Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Watch these 10 seconds.
One. Well, we can tell you B.J. Williamson had a triple-decker slam burger of a three-point shot to close out the second half, and quite simply, New Madrid County didn't look back ever since. They win this one 64-51, and your initial thoughts on really just the win tonight?
I think New Madrid had a good win. I don't think New Madrid, however, I don't think they played their full potential tonight. I think something was kind of off with them a little bit. They didn't shoot as well as they normally do. I think, in my opinion, I think they should have beat Cape Central by a little bit bigger of a margin than what they did. I just think there was something off with them tonight. I think that they're going to have to figure something out on the ride home or tomorrow during a little warm-up. If not, I think they're going to struggle with Sikeston tomorrow. I just, Sikeston's going to come out firing on all cylinders. They're going to, they're averaging 85 points a game. I mean, obviously their offense is clicking. They're only giving up 40 points a game, so their defense is clicking. I just think New Madrid, although they played fairly well tonight, I don't think they played the best ball that I know they're capable of playing.
So the Eagles will be taking on the Sikeston Bulldogs in the championship game tomorrow night at 8:30. In our third place game, it'll be Cape Central taking on Poplar Bluff. The Mules had an 8-0 scoring run to start the game, but then all the gas seemed to just kind of run out so quickly as Sikeston took complete control, winning by 29 tonight, 86-57.
Yeah, Cape Central started out, like you said, 8-0 drive. We thought, okay, we've got ourselves a ball game. Then it seems like they just kind of, the two big layups there at the end of the game, the big three-pointer by B.J. Williamson, the dunks by Jadis Jones. I think that just kind of was enough to get New Madrid's momentum built up and just kind of put them over the edge.
That did definitely put them over the edge. And talking about the first game that we had tonight, though, Poplar Bluff, they went on the 8-0 run to start the game. and then Sikeston just kind of ran out of gas, or pretty much ran him out of the building at that point.
I don't think Sikeston realized or expected, neither like we expected, for Poplar Bluff to come out and play as fast and as physical as they did right out the gate. Once Sikeston figured that out, they were off on the three-pointers all night long, but off down low, they're just not getting any of the shots coming through. But I think once they figured it out and once they got on their game plan and slowed things down a little bit, I think Sikeston was just way too much for Poplar Bluff.
So they win the game 86-57 over the Mules, and that'll set up the big championship game tomorrow night. Before we go, our 3 stars of the evening. Who are yours, Corey?
I've got to give my star to we were rooting for the kid Tuesday night every time he would get the ball and shoot a three-pointer. We were kind of rooting for him tonight every time he'd get the ball and shoot a three-pointer, and he had 2 big ones Tuesday night, 2 big ones tonight. My first star of the game is going to be Will Lake for Sikeston.
And then the other 2 you have on your docket?
My second star of the game, I'm going to give it to Tashandre Edwards, the 6'6" sophomore from Cape Central. Played an exceptional ball game tonight, I thought. Very well defensively, one of their leading scorers. And he's just a sophomore. That kid's got a lot of development left to do, and he's going to be a big name and a big star to watch over the next couple of years. My third star tonight for the New Madrid County Central, I'm going to give it to Ramon Brooks, 6'6" senior, 6'6" junior, coming in, 5 blocks and double-digit scoring for New Madrid County. He really filled a void for them. Fared well in a river bend, played very well here tonight, and I'm looking forward to the rest of his season. I'm looking forward to him next season. So he's my third star for tonight.
My 3 stars of the evening, going to go to the early game and give mine to PJ Farmer. It seemed like he was getting more so settled in his role and really connecting with some of the offensive targets he had in McCray and in Williams to really keep things flowing well for the Bulldogs, and really not just in his scoring, but his ability to assist moving forward. PJ Farmer is my third star. Second star, I'm going to give it to Cape Central's Jaden Reynolds. When you get him on the three-point arc and he is on fire, he can absolutely shoot lights out from the three-point arc and be a strong presence inside. Obviously, New Madrid County took care of that, and that is obviously thanks to one guy who made it all happen in my first star of the night. It's actually going to go to B.J. Williamson. Not only really for the big three-pointer he had going into the intermission, but just his ability to really kind of control the tempo in that third quarter, going 5 minutes without any stoppages of play, and making sure that they want to make the game his, getting 2 dunks on the evening as well. I think just the ability of his control of what we saw tonight really stood out and had a factor, I feel.
Yeah, and going back to B.J. Williamson, over the last couple years, great athlete, can't take anything away from the kid on or off the basketball court or even the football field at that point. But the kid's, somewhat kind of gotten a bad rap over the years with his technical fouls, kind of just letting his emotions go. I really felt like he's done a better job this year controlling his emotions, keeping himself in order along with his teammates, and it's really paid off for him. And with that, we can see how much better the kid is just playing, and his athletic is flowing, his game is flowing, and all the teammates and the game is really flowing through BJ. And he's keeping his team together, he's keeping his composure together, and I agree with you. I think he would be the third star.
It's going to be hot in here tomorrow night. It got hot in here earlier tonight, but it's going to be toasty in here tomorrow night, Corey.
I had to go between games and change, get out of my hoodie and put back on a polo, because it got extremely hot in here, and the crowds are going to be that much bigger tomorrow night, if not double in size. So
if you are planning to come into the arena, make sure you get here early, because seating will go quick. Your final score for tonight's action: Sikeston takes care of Poplar Bluff 86-57. New Madrid County takes care of Cape Central 64-51. A reminder, we go on the air with a Nutrient Ag pregame report at 5:20 to get you set for all the action in store, and then it'll be Charleston and Jackson rather for game number 1 of the Consolation Championship. Cape Central and Poplar Bluff, and then New Madrid County taking on Sikeston in the championship game. Tonight's sponsors are First State Community Bank and First State Bank and Trust, and of course Nutrient Ag for our pregame and postgame reports. The executive producer tonight is Andrew Moore, Tori Peterson also assisting, director Josh I, and Tyler Lassiter on graphics. For Phil Britt and the enforcer, Corey Sisk. Joe Northern saying so long from Sikeston Fieldhouse. We'll see you tomorrow night for what is sure to be an electric championship atmosphere. So long, everybody.